There comes a time in every football fan where you don't do as well as you thought you would, where you don't take it to the top, and sometimes dynasties crumble. And it's that time when all fans have to eat that slice of humble pie and congratulate the opposing team. But fuck you. I'm Eddie Focus, and this is the Loki and Jabroni Show. Action.
There you go.
And welcome once again to the Loki and Jabroni Show. We are live for only the last two times in Valhalla, Oakdale. That's right, folks. We're going to be moving on to a little dankier, dunkier, darker place.
Like going home again.
The price is right.
But I'll tell you what. Yeah, but I'll tell you what. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. To my left, as always,
Nick Foles. Jabroni.
I didn't smell trash.
Ooh. No, but you could smell the burning, couldn't you? I was at the outside barbecue in Philadelphia Sunday night. It was great.
It was, dude.
Try the Michelin tires. They're excellent today.
They are fantastic. So is the Ritz-Carlton fucking over.
I know.
Did you have the Hyundai turnovers? Oh, delicious.
Are spectacular.
And of course,
we're going to hell already.
Of course, they were serving one of your favorite dishes.
And which is that?
Horse shit.
Nah. Oh, yes. I did see that.
They were fucking eating it.
That guy listens to our show. He has to.
Hashtag stick to Tide Pods.
I guess that's see what that is right there is that's that dank ass friend right there that dank ass fan that says to himself, "Oh, we ain't winning. Fuck this, wins the Super Bowl and has to eat fucking horse
Right, he
shit."
probably made a bet. Like, dude, if Philly wins,
if they can
pull it out,
I'm actually eating horse shit, bro.
No,
I'm actually eating horse shit.
Here you go, Todd. It's all you, brother.
There you go, Tide Pods. Wash that filthy mouth out. Hashtag Tide Ad.
Good God. Well,
so
I am
anyways,
Jabroni anyway, and he is.
And the man in the box. Opening act today.
Fuck you, I'm Eddie Focus.
I like that. That should be a T-shirt.
That should be
at
a T-shirt.
cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni for all your T-shirt needs.
Don't give me any ideas. I'm trying to be humble with the
I still want
Press.
the horse shit T-shirt.
All right, so
man.
real quick, we're going to get into our what's ups, and then we're going to let our man Corey come on real quick.
That's right.
Can I give you guys a mini what's fucked up?
Sure, what's
fucked
up?
Dude, as our man Gronkowski is obviously in the Super Bowl and sucking win the first half, by the way. Super Bowl sucking win. Then came back super strong and started fucking being a beast man like we all know him to be, right?
Hashtag steroids at halftime.
Yes, that works. As he is, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, having fun and trying to win the Super Bowl, not only does our man Gronkowski lose the Super Bowl, he comes home to a broken-in house.
Oh!
That's right, people. Somebody actually broke into Gronkowski's house, stole several safes and numerous items from his house.
Guaranteed.
Safes?
That's a Bills fan or a
Safes.
Jets fan?
Safes.
That is not...
Now, you guys do know that Gronkowski lives, like, miles. I'm not miles.
Far from the stadium.
Exactly. Not far from the stadium. Like, literally, he can walk to the stadium, and he has on numerous occasions. So this is an idea of somebody knowing that he's gone, number one. Number two, dude, you are one of the best, if not at this point right now, the best tight end in the NFL.
Him, Jimmy Graham, yeah.
Don't you have a fucking dog? Do you have no security system? What the fuck?
ADT will come out for $99 right now.
How do people walk into your house and legit walk out with safes, man?
First of all, think about it. A safe. Safe.
How about safes?
Plural.
like you walked out with multiple safes, bro. Come on.
What does he have for a security system? Like duct tape?
That's
definitely not a neighborhood
like
watch.
two fucking sleeping cows in the front
And a
yard.
master
That's
lock.
fucking, yeah, exactly. And if you're lucky, they might actually fucking moo. Fucking lucky.
Actually, Sasha, you need a job?
Yeah, really.
Gronk's hiring.
She's all over it.
You got to pay for the shit you destroyed, dog. Starting with the garbage.
So can
That's
you
right.
just
Don't look at me
so
like
can you
that.
just imagine, as much as you say Nick Foles' dream came true, and as much as and it's funny too. Little sub thing real quick. Blunt was on Philly, used to be a Patriot. Howie's long son used to be a Patriot last year when they won the Super Bowl.
Now he's on Philly.
Now he's on Philly. Won back-to-back Super Bowls on two different teams.
Mm-hmm.
Still isn't going to go see Donald Trump. Can we just stop this shit?
Seriously.
Can we
Enough
just
is
stop
enough.
this shit?
I'm probably going to go a different direction than you're going to. Can we just stop involving the president?
That's what I'm saying.
But it's been. Look, I get what you're saying, but it's been a tradition that championship teams go to the White House, they get their day in the sun. It's a photo op. It's free food, free drink. Chances are, you go down the street to
On
the
your
Watergate,
dime.
whatever. Hookers as far as the eye can see. You get the whole shebang. Why not go and enjoy it? You don't have to like the man. I could give a shit who the president was.
I'm on the same page with you. Like, let's just skip the president altogether. Let's not even intervene with the whole sports system with this. Because obviously at this point, I mean, even when Obama was in office, there was a few people that wouldn't show. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even like now.
That's
it's
kind of
becoming,
where it started,
right? Exactly. Now it's not even becoming like a fact of, hey, look, we get to go chill with the president.
No,
like now it's a matter of fact of, who's not going to go see the president? And then it becomes more of a political statement for him now at this point. Like
less athletes and more pinning medals on troops. That's the way
Agreed.
I see it.
1000%.
Because so for every championship football teams, baseball teams that go to see him, there's 10 times as many troops that will never meet the man,
right?
But die at that man's orders.
Well, I was going to say exactly.
So,
took orders
obviously,
and lost.
if they die, they're never going to see him.
Right,
but,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
But took orders that lost their friends or lost loved ones that they had over there. Absolutely, you're absolutely fucking correct.
You know how I feel about politician worship. I just.
I
it's
agree,
not the
man.
way the country's supposed to be.
Absolutely not.
Get the president out of sports. Yeah, okay, let him put a medal on an Olympic team. I mean, it's a little different.
The only time I really didn't mind the president being in sports was the first game back at Yankee Stadium after the towers went down. And George Bush, love him or hate him, walked across that grass to the mound. 55,000 people stood up, clapped. They did the national anthem. Everybody was together. He threw out the first pitch. He didn't make a statement or anything. Fuhrer Giuliani was in the front row. I hate that motherfucker.
Well, to be honest
it was a
with you,
feel-good
that
moment.
was
It
the
needed
statement.
to be done.
That was the statement.
We're not going to
walk
crumble.
out, right? Exactly. Walk out there, just like after the whole thing when they took football week off the next week, it was like boom, we went right into it. We had to do it. There was a statement that had to be made. So absolutely, but I'm absolutely on page with you, man. Can we not involve sports with the White House anymore? Can we just drop this shit? Like it's really getting old.
I get it.
Yeah, it's just.
Lady,
especially like
Lady J went crazy and invited her entire
That's
friend.
good. Thank you. The entire friend list. Thank you. And Sarah says, I think Eddie's working on an evil plan. Quit rubbing your hands like that.
Oh, he is.
He's
He
always
is.
doing something
He is.
evil,
He
but
is.
it's
I'm
evil for the
always
greater
thinking.
good.
So what's on your evil mind?
Yeah.
Aside from sports, my gaming rig died this
Oh.
week.
So
So
sad.
it's not a very good week for me. The gaming rig died. The dynasty crumbled.
Looks like you might be buying Friday the 13th on fucking Xbox.
Actually, I just bought Hello Neighbor for the kid to play with.
Come Thursday, his dick might fall off. We don't know.
Oh God, no!
I'm just saying, you have 2 days till Thursday. Get some glue or something.
But yeah,
little duct tape.
I ordered some new equipment and I got part of it.
Yeah,
As I was jokingly talking about, ordered a new microphone for myself, and I only got the shock mount in
nice.
because the shock mount offered 2 days shipping.
And the microphone 6 weeks.
Out of the same warehouse.
I don't understand
it's like
it.
one box. You couldn't just
Right, age 15 and age 16, but the picker got lazy and
well, exactly, because he was like, you know what? I ain't going all the way over there today, man. I got shit to do, man.
The rest is supposed to come in Thursday from Zounds. If you
Nice.
folks want to update your equipment, they are an affiliate. And I ordered the stuff Sunday. Still, Thursday's pretty quick. Ordered it Sunday, get it Thursday.
not bad.
The shock mount was less than a day, really, when you break it down. So,
That's good.
But I was hoping to be able to use it today and have you guys envy my large, long, black microphone. But it's
Not often we envy anything of yours, but
No,
you know,
no, I'm just-
that's good stuff.
Just because you said that, I'm going to get a pink one now.
Ooh. That can be arranged.
Whatever you want.
Really
man.
can. Your birthday's only in, 10 months? That can be arranged.
Nice pink microphone for Loki.
There you go. It'll look like he's swallowing the cack.
Oh, my God.
So,
no, that's basically it for me. It's fuck, man. Fuck the Eagles.
all right, we'll get into that. Don't blow your wad too early. We're going to get into that.
Oh, there'll be no humble wad from me.
Right. Well, I got two things real quick hits. Once again, since 1986, when I correctly predicted the Chicago Bears beating the New England Patriots, I am now 22 years not having picked the Super Bowl winner. So, Eddie has given me the right to bring back the name Chris Benoit! That's right, kids. I get to mention the murderous fuck as often as I want, so long as I never make another Super Bowl prediction out loud ever again.
We can't do this no more?
We can, but that's prognostication. That's not the two teams are there and say, Chris, who do you think's going to win? The halftime show. That's going to be my vote every
Eagles
year.
were going to score, then the Patriots were going to dominate. That's not what happened at all.
That is not. The first part was true. They drove and they got the touchdown or the field goal. I'm sorry. And I was like, there it is. I'm halfway there.
The touchdown happened later.
Right.
And then it was just,
and I just
what you said, an offensive game for like the rest of it.
I fucked it up for everybody. New England fan, I apologize. It'll never happen again. Or, as we talked about before the mics went hot, we find out the two teams in the Super Bowl, and I pick the team that I want to lose to win. Therefore,
no predictions.
So you can't do that, dude. No, because deep down
because you know
inside,
what's going to happen. Atlanta's going to
It's
come up.
still going to work. It's still going to
Yeah.
work. It's still going to no. You
All right.
You just can't do it. You
So,
just can't do it.
so long as I cannot make a Super Bowl prediction when we do the Super Bowl preview next year, I will just say, may the best team win.
It'll be Atlanta and Patriots again. He's going to have beads of sweat everywhere. He's going to be like, no. Chris Benoit.
That's it. I'm going to pick Chris Benoit as the MVP.
Chris Benoit, 32. Atlanta, New England, 0. Because he killed them all.
One more. Third anniversary is coming up. April 3rd will be the third anniversary live podcast, and April 4th is when it drops on audio only. And I'm currently in talks with a very special guest. He has agreed to do it. We're just going to finalize the time. If it's not the 3rd, it'll be the week before, week after. He's going to be here. If you guys have never listened to what is right now for 2017, the #1 sports podcast in all of America, it's called Crime and Sports. It's one of my favorite podcasts. One half of the Crime and Sports team, Jimmy Wisman, will be on the phone with us. And if you guys haven't listened to the show, I'm telling you, for the next 8 weeks, just download it, listen to it. I guarantee you.
I know this week they're
it.
doing Jake the Snake.
Yes, I just listened to that today. Fantastic show. Yeah. They did one on Snuka. They did one on Gentleman Chris Adams, Buck Zumhoff. Some of the bigger names we might know is Ray Caruth.
Yep.
Willie Aikens from the Kansas City Royals back in the day. Dexter Manley. Just a lot of shenanigans that they bring out, and it's funny as shit. I don't even care if they're doing cricket players. I listen because it's that fucking funny. I love that shirt, by the way. It's still one of my favorite shirts. Yeah. So Jimmy Wisman for the 3rd anniversary. I would love to get both him and James Petrogallo, but as Jimmy said, James is probably the busiest guy in show business other than Eddie Focus. So no chance of getting James, but we got Jimmy Wisman. Guys, go out. Tell them we sent you to make Jimmy's arrival here in just, 8 weeks be something special. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm enjoying it. And later today, in probably, I'm going to guess, 10 minutes or so, we have a special guest coming in, starter racing season. It's coming up, man. 12 days. 12 fucking days. I can't wait. Eddie is going to be pulling what's left of his hair out because that means C&J Speedway Review goes back to weekly.
Oh, yeah. It's all good.
It is all good. It's a fun ride. And if you guys haven't found C&J Speedway Review, it is a video-only show. YouTube. We record Wednesday nights, and usually it goes up probably about an hour after that. You do a quick job of squaring it away.
Last one I did the day after because I was exhausted, but
understood.
You can the live show is always up after you record it if I don't get to it.
Right.
And we just slap some shtick on it.
I see our man Ian Cunningham is in the house. Love to get Big Ian C back in the house.
Yeah, I don't think Ian put out good enough song. That's why we didn't win.
I don't know. I love that Amendola one. The Gronk song.
It was good.
I couldn't get behind the Gronk song. Sorry, Big E and C, but Amendola, that was superb. Out the fucking door, crazy awesome. And that's our friend, Big E and C. So we have this envelope here. What is this all about? Tell us.
The nominees are.
So in the beginning of the season, we we decided that we were going to have the football review like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually saved them because we were idiots last year and we actually didn't save them.
Right, I had to go back and re-listen to the episode and write them all down.
Exactly.
Hard fucking work.
So instead of doing that, what we ended up doing was put it in a sealed envelope and
I believe we have
yes.
Pitbull number 1,
Yes.
Gary
Yes,
Wolf's
we do.
picks are in
Yes,
there.
We do. Yes, we do.
So we're going to break it down and see just how much we all suck.
I can tell you how bad we suck.
Once my picks left the playoffs, I knew. I was like, well, I'm going to be the dirt dick dog on this one.
Okay.
So what do we got?
Here we go. So we got Loki, Jabroni, Gary, Pitbull, Wolf. Where's yours?
Eddie didn't do one, I don't think.
What, predictions?
Yeah.
For
the season, you said something about you didn't know enough about it, et cetera, so forth. Now that you're more ingrained, you're doing one next year.
I'm not watching the whole season.
No fucking
All right, well,
excuses.
so I guess
And then in 2 years, you're doing the XFL preview,
So we
and
got
you're making picks there.
mine, yours,
XFL,
Pitbull
think
number
about
1, and Lady J.
Oh, Ian says he's going to do a song for the Patriots called "This Is How We Blew It."
This is how we blew it.
This is how we blew it,
Yeah,
Brady.
see?
I
He's
just wrote a lyric. I get
He's
10%.
all over. He's all over that one.
All right, Loki.
All right, so I had obviously
Oh, God.
the Raiders.
Oh, God.
The Raiders and the Buccaneers going to the Super Bowl with the Raiders winning. Ravens being first, Patriots being first, Texans being first, Raiders being first.
That didn't work.
Packers I had first, but I did say that Minnesota was going to beat them to give them a little 1-4.
Mm-hmm.
Giants I had Eagles third, just so y'all know. Bucks first, and we all know how that ended up.
Yeah, Bucks didn't make it out of
every
those
single
three.
one of them, right? And
Except
I had
the Bucks.
Seahawks first out of that, so I wasn't too bad on that one. So for pretty much for these guys, I didn't do too bad.
Your Super Bowl pick, however,
Was way off.
was a giant pile of horse shit with sprinkles on top.
Well, yours was too, actually.
I was closer. They made the playoffs at least, both of them. And my score looks good. Close to the actual fucking score. All right, here we go.
So it's Super Bowl prediction.
I'm
was
just going to bury my head now.
Pittsburgh versus Atlanta,
Yep.
32-35, which the score was actually not too bad. Not
See
too
that?
bad.
Pretty close.
New England and Tampa Bay versus. I'm sorry, Atlanta and Tampa Bay, and then it was New England and Pittsburgh was going to be the AFC title game.
Of those, I got 3 in the playoffs. I was pretty good so far. I sucked at the end. I sucked.
Yes.
I just sucked
No,
the whole
Pittsburgh
thing. Just
didn't
tell
make
me.
the playoffs. Oh no, they
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Wild card. You're wild.
Good
You're
morning.
Right. You're right. Wild card.
Brand new
That's
day.
right. That's one and done.
One and done.
One and done. Sorry, Gary.
So was
Sorry.
Atlanta.
So here we go. You had Pittsburgh Steelers. You had Patriots. You also had the Texans. You had the Broncos, which man, neither one of us were right because KC fucking went on that one.
Yeah.
You were right with Minnesota. You were wrong with New York. However, you did have Eagles in second.
I had them as my wild card.
Right.
yes.
You had you coming in first,
Atlanta. Yep.
which didn't happen. Right. That
We were
was
the second wild
Panthers. Right. Panthers
card.
were.
Saints,
No, it
Panthers,
was Saints.
us. Yeah.
It was Saints. It was Saints. So Saints was first. Where did I have Saints on that? Yeah, I had Saints third too.
Yep.
And then, of course, you did the same thing, Seahawks. So we were all pretty much right
Yeah.
on that one. So
I
weren't
shit
too-
the bed on
too
that one.
bad on that one. Although the Rams and the Seahawks both went, so you know that goes and shows you.
I'm
something.
feeling a little better about myself.
All right. So Lady J's picks.
All right.
She had Steelers and Rams going to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
She had Steelers, Dolphins,
Mhm.
Colts, and Chargers in the AFC.
Yeah.
Vikings, Giants, Falcons, and Rams in the NFC.
3 out of 4 on, I think, the NFC. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Not bad.
Yep.
Not bad at all. Alrighty then.
And last but not least, Pitbull number 1,
Mr. Gary Wolf.
Mr. Gary Pitbull number 1 Wolf. He had Pittsburgh and the Falcons going in, but he had Pittsburgh winning. He had Steelers, Patriots, Texans, and Raiders, pretty much looking like mine.
Yeah.
Packers, much like me. Vikings in second. He had New York first. Man, New York really blew it for
Oh, my God. They made us look so bad. So bad. It's not, it's getting to the point, as you read these, and everybody had the Giants in first. New York. And New York fan, if you're a Giant fan, fuck you and fuck that team. Made us all look stupid.
Oh, dude, it's not even that. Like, they were just, they were hurt, man. You lost Odell Beckham Jr., second week.
He was healthy enough to make that fucking commercial.
Littered with injuries. Oh, yeah, of course he was. He was healed up by that point, man. What a great commercial, though.
That was good.
Dude, was Eli not on point on all those commercials?
He's not as good as Peyton yet.
But, man, he was good, man.
Oh, yeah.
He was good.
He was on it.
What was up with that, with the use of Boston, the You Suck commercials there? That freaking one goes, if you're not a Boston fan or if you're not a Yankees fan, then why don't you be a Philly fan? Oh, you suck, whatever it was.
I must have missed that one.
Oh, I didn't see that one either.
It was a bank out of Jersey, right? But yeah,
of course it is.
No, because they were all New York because the Super Bowl was
right
out of New York. Mm-hmm. So
he goes off during the Super Bowl?
No, she even saw it. She even saw it. The freaking the bank one that said that you suck, and it was going off the other one. There was another one too, and it was the same bank, and it was razzing like the Red Sox and.
I gotta ask, this commercial kind of put me off a little bit. Playing one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches to Hawk Dodge Rams.
Oh, that was just, I didn't like it.
Fucking kind of.
You know who else?
We looked at each other.
Told me said same thing about vehicles. It has nothing to do with Martin Luther King, but I brought up because they said, "I bet you ain't never gonna watch that truck commercial again, huh?" And I was like, "The Martin Luther King one? Hell no, that was fucked up, dude." And they were like, "No, the Vikings one." And I was like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up, too. I wanted to see how the story would have ended if we did go to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't see that?
No.
I thought it was funny.
They all got in the boat, and then they fucking realized the Vikings weren't playing, and they went back into the boat and fucking went back to Norway.
Wow.
They were like, "Real? You didn't see it?"
I must have missed it.
Was great,
again,
dude.
I left the party.
It was funny. So it's got Led Zeppelin, the "Come from the Land of the Ice,"
immigrant song,
right? So. They're cruising, and
I know I didn't see it now.
He stopped by and he picks up a Viking. He stops by and picks up another Viking. Next thing you know, the whole truck is full of real Vikings. They have the helmets and everything, right? Then they get to the beach and they fucking put the truck onto the boat or onto this little lift, and they tow the boat. They're all fucking and they push all the way across the sea. Then they get to fucking Minneapolis in this fucking truck. And they're like, rah, 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 and they're fucking freaking out. And they get to the stadium and it goes, today's venue, Eagles, Patriots. And they're like,
wow.
And they just get right back into the truck and fucking go back to Norway.
That's a hell of an ad. I don't care who you are.
It was. For a truck ad,
I thought it was funny.
But that Dodge Ram commercial.
I was going to say, they made that and they made it in two different ways.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One was.
Eddie and I looked at each other during that MLK ad, and I'm like, are they for real right now?
I was like, because I'm just like, this better be just some social
equality, right.
And then I keep seeing a Dodge Ram pop up, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Princess Jackie says hi. Hello, Princess Jackie. Hello, Princess Jackie. Don't know who you are, but thank you for joining us. Oh, a Lady J friend. Nice. Awesome. Enjoy the show. So,
trigger warning.
Why? Who's triggered? What the fuck? What'd I do? I didn't do shit.
Oh, now you're letting me down.
All right, well, I'll do shit later. I gotta get our guest on the phone real quick.
So, as we're getting Corey on the phone here, just quick wrap up before we get into everything else. Mm-hmm. I do gotta say, a lot of people be hating on Justin. But my man fucking brought it.
I thought it was great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fantastic
Dude, there was a lot.
I
thought the same thing. Where everybody was like, Lady Gaga last year drilled it, and this year
that
I was like.
That was a great show, too.
No, that was a great show, but I don't think it was anything like Justin Timberlake, dude, to go out into the crowd, to come out, to be, he was everywhere.
Took selfies with the little kid.
He was everywhere. That was awesome.
That was good.
Did you see the kid fucked up, too, and he asked for another one?
Yeah.
You can see him looking at his phone
I fucked up.
He's
and he went right back.
Oh, man. fuck, you could tell that he fucked up, and he went back, and JT was like, yeah, absolutely, dude, here's another one. You know, like
class act.
You saw, I don't know if you, was it the MTV Awards, I think, where he got like some kind of career achievement award or something like that?
Yes.
And he did that huge medley throughout the whole thing, and NSYNC showed up. I thought NSYNC was going to pop up at one point.
I wanted Guar.
I know you wanted Guar.
Or Kiss.
You want Guar. You want Guar mid-coitus.
I am not
Anyway.
a fan of Guar, but that would have been a great Super Bowl.
So they
No,
did-
but he did.
Oh.
He pulls that off so good.
and then the Prince tribute.
I was worried that was going to suck.
Dude.
But it
That
was
at
awesome.
first it was supposed to be a hologram.
That was a hologram.
No.
It was on the curtain.
No, it was not a hologram. Look again, exactly.
Well, yeah, I know it was in the
exactly.
curtain, but
Very
that's-
good call, partner.
Thank you.
No, it was a movie projector. They took that from a concert. That was him. That was not made. That was him from a concert, and that's what people were freaking out about. Oh, we don't want a hologram Prince out there, but it's not natural. This, that, and the other thing. So no, it was they took scenes from him literally singing this live and put it on a flying fucking flag.
Because, like, a lot of people talk about the Tupac hologram.
Yeah.
And it's not a true hologram because it actually had to get projected onto a glass wall.
Right.
And
You can't
so
just exactly.
I thought that was the same thing they were doing with Prince. They were just projecting it onto a curtain.
No, he 86 that completely. They were supposed to do the thing that you're talking about, the same thing. It was supposed to be just like freaking, just like Tupac, but he was actually going to do a dance step with.
Yeah, see, that's what I didn't want to. I didn't want
Right,
to see that.
he was actually going to do a dance step with fucking JT, and people were like, no, don't do it. So then he 86 that shit, subbed the fucking flying
'cause
flag thing, and
Prince was pretty strict with his intellectual property. I don't even know how he would feel about being hologrammed.
not only that, dude, to be honest with you, Prince really didn't dance a whole lot. Prince wasn't a big dancer. You know what I'm saying? Prince did his thing out
In his
there.
videos, yes. In his live, as someone who's seen him live, no.
No, he was all over.
because he was all over the instruments when he was live.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
But in the videos, he was dancing his ass
somebody
off.
recently,
Push her
What
down.
the fuck?
Just get her off. Push her down.
Yikes.
I own a pit bull. Hashtag me too.
Wow. Was that back off or fuck off?
No, it's almost.
Both.
Somebody, because of that, someone was sharing this video of Tom Petty and Prince doing some Beatles covers, and he's playing guitar and shit, and he's like murdering it, and it's like, I forget how much of a musician Prince actually was.
Prince.
Without question.
And self-taught. Don't forget. So he taught himself
Yeah,
how
he
to
knew how to
play
play everything.
man. So that was just
I
impressive.
was happy with the Super Bowl.
All right, let's
show,
get Corey on the phone, and I do got to say real quick, Minnesota, fucking hell of a job lighting up your streets purple, making that symbol. It is both my fucking cover screen on my Facebook page and my freaking Twitter page. Check it out if you guys.
We
haven't
love you,
seen
Billy.
it.
Gorgeous.
Dude, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, and I got to kick this dog's ass.
All right, go kick that dog's ass.
Can I get a gimmick?
What do you need a gimmick for? Oh, you need a gimmick. You know what's a gimmick? What's not a gimmick? C&J Speedway Review. You are the producer. I am the co-host. And right here, finally, we've been talking about it for months. Corey Huffnagel's on the line from C&J Speedway Review.
And should we said the mofo who was like playing with our emotions up until the game.
First of all, no, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. First of all, before you even say word one, Corey, fuck you, fuck your hat, fuck your beard, fuck everything. You blew it, my friend.
You blew it for us, man. You were the jinx.
You were the jinx,
You were the
not me.
jinx.
And I got Chris Benoit back because of it.
Actually, no
Honestly,
more Benoit.
like,
You're
I
not the
don't-
jinx. He is.
Honestly,
Okay.
I don't even know I don't know what's worse. Either the football gods kind of caused karma on me for changing teams last minute, or pretty much Chris Collinsworth, being overrated throughout the whole entire Super Bowl.
Chris Collinsworth is a bucket of suck every fucking broadcast.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was NBC, I'd probably replace him sometime soon. No offense.
I'd replace him with a rug. Anyway,
Yeah.
so now that we've gotten the vitriol out of the way about you jinxing the Super Bowl, every New England
Yes.
fan, I will give you his phone number for $5, and you just blow him up. No, $5 will get me half a six-pack, and then as the money comes in, I'll get 30 racks, and maybe I'll get a keg, and I'll set it up in the new studio in the corner, and we just pour the beer right there. I don't give a... Oh,
boy.
Corey,
Corey-
seriously?
Corey is
Seriously.
the new Mr. Bean That totally nonchalant character that completely destroys whole cities accidentally.
Speaking of Mr. Bean, I'm trying to create that whole dance from that movie, Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Well, whatever you do, share it with the Loki and Jabroni show, but that is not appropriate for the C&J Speedway review, which is why you're here,
Yes.
by the way. Backstory. Met this young gentleman in the stands at the Xfinity race in New Hampshire this past July, and he was live streaming on his site, NASCAR IndyCar Central. We got to talking.
Yes.
We did a subsequent live feed on his stream. We exchanged information. The more I thought about it, and the more I followed his page like the next day, the more I thought about it, I was like, I've always wanted to do a NASCAR podcast. This is the guy to do it with. I got a lot of friends that love NASCAR, but not to the extent that Corey does, which we found out we'll talk about in just a few minutes. Corey, I've spoken enough about this show. Tell the fine folks in Loki and Jabroni land what the C&J Speedway review is all about.
So basically, the C&J Speedway review is we're a 1 hour show on Wednesday nights, and we mostly talk about the races from the Xfinity Series, the Camping World Truck Series, and mostly the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. We mostly recap the races every weekend, depending on where they're at, if it's either all 3 series or if it's 2 series or standalones or whatever it is and so forth. And then not only we talk about racing, but we'll also talk about what's going on in the whole racing world. If there's any big news that's out there, if there's any penalty news or driver news, or if there's driver changes or all that other stuff in between. We basically cover it all 24/7.
It's a fun time, much like what we do here on our show, the C&J Speedway Review. Not a lot of profanity. This is our outlet, man. This is where we come to let our anger out from the past week, and then by the time I get to you on Wednesday night, it's gone.
This is where I'm gonna complain about you, Corey.
Uh-oh. He needs more
Oh,
profanity. I don't think I've heard it. I heard him cuss in the stands. I haven't heard him cuss since.
He needs to keep that New England jersey on
Oh my god.
for life.
You have angered the bear. Now, see,
Oh my goodness! I don't know how many New England fans I pretty much pissed off the last few days, and not only that, I gotta tell you guys a funny story. So when I posted on Facebook that I voted for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, almost everybody was pretty much shitting on me, and then it came pretty much down to the point where somebody wrote on Facebook saying that I was gonna get jumped, and I was like,
That
okay,
is stupid.
This is
going way too far at this point, and then. So then what was funny was one of my cousins who lives down in Philadelphia, and I'll never forget this too. He actually defended me on this one. He said getting jumped, get real, dude. Just so you know that his dad lives in Philadelphia, so it's totally not out of left field. And if somebody jumped my cousin, whatever, I go up there and pay them a visit. So when I first saw that, I thought, okay, welcome to Philadelphia for you folks.
City of Brotherly Love, my ass. All over. The barbecue that night was great after they won, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Hyundai turnovers were fantastic.
The Hyundai turnovers.
Oh, my God. One of the things, Corey, that I want to praise you on, and a lot of people I don't think on this show know about it, is after the championship race, there was a little bit of an emergency in my house, and we were going to go hot right after and do an episode, and I could not be there. Immediately messaged you and Ed. I said, guys, I can't do it. There's a problem. I got to take care of it. Corey, what you did that day, and guys, if you haven't seen it, go back and check out the archives on YouTube, C&J Speedway Review. Corey took that whole episode. I don't think he took a breath more than twice. He is the stat guru of all time. My man can pull stats out of his nose, out of his ass. I'd hate to see what he does with the lower abdominal area with stats. However, this guy is on fire, and you killed it that night. And Wednesday, when we reconvened and talked again, I praised you then, but I want to praise you here and now to a slightly larger audience. Thank you so much for carrying the end of the 2017 championship season episode.
I definitely appreciate that. Thank you.
The only thing that was missing was a big mic drop and a fuck you.
Right? That would have been great. I'm Corey Huffnagel. Kiss a dick. I'm out.
Actually, please don't do that.
Right.
None of our videos are in restricted mode yet.
That would be the best thing. Yeah.
Well, eventually you'll have that moment. 12 days. 12 days until Daytona. I know Sunday the cars are rolling off for the Clash, which is always a fun time. Everything's getting fired up. How excited are you at this point?
Honestly, like, I'm just ready to go. I mean, we've already waited from like December all the way to like now, and I'm just basically at the point where I'm like, okay, I really want to see cars out on the racetrack, especially at Daytona, to start off the season. And, and people like race fans, they don't even care like what race is on. Like, I mean, honestly, like nobody won't even care like the Clash on Sunday. They just want to see race cars out on the racetrack. But honestly, like, I've just been like, I've been preaching this like probably the last few months and actually the start of the year. I would probably say that this year you're going to see a lot of surprises, because if you look at all three series right now in the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series, it's mostly been invaded by a lot of young drivers. And pretty much the age span right now is pretty much 26 and under. And I look at this list of all these guys that have a lot of talent, and some of them have moved up from the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series whatsoever. I'm looking at this and I'm going, we can basically have like 10 or 12 guys make the playoffs, and not only that, we can see these guys win the championship like pretty much the next 3 to 5 years at this point.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot like this past baseball season where, the Red Sox had an influx of young players. The Yankees had an influx of young players. They both look great going down the stretch. Championship material without question. And this year in NASCAR, as you and I have both said over and over again, this is going to be a season not only of change, but of surprise. I am definitely, I don't know about 12 of the 16, but I would definitely say 6 of those spots out of 16 are going to be inhabited by anywhere between first to third year drivers.
Right.
So I look at it this way. The Clash on Sunday used to be the Busch Clash. I'm sure now it's like the Stay Free Mini Pads Clash or whatever sponsor's paying the money right now. Clash. It changes year to year. At least it used to be the Gatorade duels. Now it's the Can-Am duels. Stick to a sponsor. Come on, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think probably the reason why they wanted to make it the Clash was they kind of they wanted to make it like pretty much like throwback-ish and stuff, because when this whole thing started like back in like 1979, it used to be the Busch Clash, from like the 70s to like the 90s, and then they changed it to the Bud Shootout. Then it was the Budweiser Shootout. A couple years later, they changed it to the Sprint Unlimited, and now it's basically the Advanced Auto Parts Clash, which it's kind of made me question, like, why Advanced Auto Parts, would sponsor the race, but, it's good for them and stuff. But I'd probably say that, with this race on Sunday, it's going to be very interesting, to see some of the guys with like the new teams, like new sponsors and whatsoever. But then pretty much next week, that's when everything gets down to business, because, you have Daytona 500 qualifying, and then you got the dual races to figure out, like, if you're going to make the 500 or not. And then you got all three of the series openers, which you have the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and then, of course, the Daytona 500.
Absolutely. Starting with the Clash, I've always said this, is the unofficial spring training for NASCAR. When they roll off on Sunday and they do the Clash, then they go through the week with qualifying, the duels, and then Friday night the Trucks open, Saturday the Xfinity opens, and then Monster Energy Cup Series opens on Sunday, all at the Daytona International Speedway right there in Daytona Beach, Florida. That is our unofficial spring training in NASCAR. So you get a little over a week and a half of fantastic racing action to keep you satisfied. The Super Bowl just ended this week, depending on which side you sit on, and Corey Huffnagel sits on both sides and sometimes on his thumb. After what you did, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you're a NASCAR fan, this week is it's very uplifting, because we sat for 3 months. We had to, create content on the show, and now it's back, and we can talk about things that are happening on the track rather than off the track. I don't care who Danica Patrick's sleeping with. I don't care what
I do.
I don't care that Richard Childress' house got broke into. I don't care. What I care about is 4 wheels and 2,000 pounds of race car traveling at 200 miles an hour. And
That's
right next to me, I'm looking at Loki, and I told you I would reveal this. I've chosen a driver for you because you dragged your feet.
I told you I'm done.
What do you mean you're done?
It's Dale Jr. retired. I'm done, man.
You can't be done.
I did. I'm done. I watched what? A race?
That's the best part.
A race?
You need a T-shirt, and I have the guy for you.
No,
because
you're going to give me the T-shirt. He's going to retire this year.
No, he won't.
I officially retire.
I can guarantee.
I retire from NASCAR.
Okay.
I retire from NASCAR.
If I can guarantee to you that he won't retire at the end of this season, will you consider it? Consider
No, because he's going to be a douchebag. No.
It's not going to be a
And which
douchebag.
driver
It's someone.
are we talking about?
It's somebody I wholeheartedly endorse as a good guy and someone who is worthy of your fandom. Worthy. And you know me. I'm not going to go Jimmy Johnson. You know I'm not going to say that.
Carry on, my wayward son.
All right. The driver I've chosen for you is a young gun. He came away with a couple wins this season. He could have been a champion. Had a little bad luck in the playoffs. Sir, for you, I told you I'd reveal it tonight. I've chosen for you the number 42 of Kyle Larson, who is awesome. He is going to be a champion before you know it.
He's going to drive the Tide car now.
No, he's not. But if he did, that would be awesome. He was the target car last year. Corey, you know this.
Yeah.
You pull the stat out of your ass real quick. Who's Larson's sponsor this year?
I think it's Credit One Bank if I'm 70% sure. But if you look at it, Loki, Kyle Larson's a really good pick. And me and Chris, we watched them last year, and I would have to say that, it was basically, last season, they were basically like the second best team, like, in 2017. If you look at his results, 4 wins, 15 top 5s, and 20 top 10s. And his average finish in 2017 was pretty much a 13.3. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, when we watched him in the
did an
playoffs
hour of
last
that.
year,
I know. He did an hour of this.
when we watched him in the playoffs last year, I said to myself, and Chris pretty much said it too, was that he's going to be in the championship 4 at Homestead in November. But then once he had that engine problem at Kansas, that pretty much threw our championship predictions like right out the window. But if you look at Larson's season this year, I would say that, I think this team is going to be ready to win more than 5 races or maybe 4 races. If not, I think this will be a team that, who I think is going to be a one to watch this year in 2018.
Well, I'm going to blow a prediction that I was going to give on the Daytona preview show. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Well, in NASCAR, my predictions are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Never my stone cold lock. It's always my sleeper. I say Larson comes away with 6 checkers this year.
I'm probably going to say like maybe 6 or 7. If
Okay.
not, maybe more.
Good. All I'm asking is for your consideration. That's it.
I'll consider.
Thank
I'll
you.
consider.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
All right.
still out.
All right. Well, we got a lot of stuff to cut. I know. You're gonna. Who's driving a Toyota? Yeah, I like him.
Who's driving a Yoda?
It's true.
I know. We've covered that, and we're going to cover it again because we're going to ask you the next time we convene for the Daytona preview. One pick for the entire year. Who's going to
Jimmy
win
Johnson.
Daytona? Fuck you.
He's Lowe's.
Fuck Lowe's. And fuck Jimmy Johnson. And fuck
He
the red
works for
vest.
Lowe's. Come on, man. What do you want? What do
I
you
know.
want from him? What do you want from him right now? Come on.
I'd like him to
Man
say.
pays my bills right now.
I was gonna say it's like telling a fucking hot dog vendor to fucking talk shit on hot dogs. He's
That's
not gonna
true.
do it, man.
That's
It's just not
true.
gonna happen.
Fuck
I have in
Nathan's.
mind is one big question I have in mind is what are the odds of Danica Patrick winning the Daytona 500 for Premium Motorsports?
Slim and none, and I think Slim just left with all of our
And
beers.
since she's taken Slim already,
Yeah,
none's the only thing in the house.
Pretty
Oh!
Aaron Rodgers ain't exactly packing a big wad, is he?
I would say
Oh, you
no,
like that,
sir,
huh?
No.
Corey, thank you so much. Guys, if you haven't already, go find us on YouTube, the C&J Speedway Review. Watch us, like us, love us, share us with your NASCAR friends, and spread the word. Corey, we'll talk to you, in about a week?
Yes, sir. Probably about maybe a week or two. I mean, like if we can't do, next week, we'll probably do like maybe like a Daytona recap, like all in one and so forth. But, other than that, we'll figure out the whole logistics the next coming days or weeks.
Absolutely. Guys, he's Corey Huffnagel. He's half of C&J Speedway Review. Corey, we'll talk to you soon.
I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. See ya.
All right, bye.
All right. So,
All right, it's time to bring the fire. It's time to bring the
Oh,
pain.
my Lord.
It's time to bring the desire. It is time to bring what people want to talk about. So, all I got to say is, have the Patriots finally cashed in on the Karma Cow? That's my question for you.
okay.
I have 5 specific plays that I have given you photograph evidence for at least 3 of them, and I'm going to break down the other ones because the touchdowns, we're going to break it down very easily. Those are the only 2 photographs that I didn't give you because everybody saw the touchdowns that I'm talking about, okay?
Right.
So, Has the karma cow finally come in for the Patriots? That's my question to you.
I have a question to clarify. The karma cow, as in getting all the calls, as in getting preferential
Have
treatment.
you been listening to the Loki and Jabroni show? Because we've dogged the Patriots.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them. But I've been meaning.
Their producer's pretty good, though.
I've heard that. I've been meaning. I hear that their hosts are.
We are probably
men.
one of the biggest supporters of the Patriots in the world. Anytime there's a scandal that comes out, we're pretty damn harsh. We're pretty fucking harsh, all right? So
yeah, you're
for
assholes.
me, yes. So for me to actually take the side of the Patriots for once, this is what my story is all about.
I don't know what this thing is, but
that's what went through my fucking foot. You see that spike right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that went through my foot.
How the hell did that get in your house?
He's like he's a ghost. He's one of those Kachimocho fucking thingies. Yokai watch, thing. Comes around and kills fucking shit.
As much as I'd like to say yes, the karma train has caught up to them, I am going to go the other way. I'm going to do a little bit of devil's advocate here. Yes, I am.
I don't have that anymore.
Oh, you don't have it anymore? No. I'm a fan of man! That's all we need.
I retired it.
You can't retire. You got to bring it back. Anyway, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here. I think that maybe, just maybe, that they took Philadelphia lightly. And that's tough to say about a team that is Super Bowl ready. We talked about the stat before. 18 years of the dynasty. 17 of those years, they make the playoffs. 8 of those years, they make the Super Bowl, including this one. 5 rings in 8 tries. No other single quarterback has 5 rings in their collection other than Tom Brady. First of all, GOAT, no argument. Absolutely, mark it down here. Tom Brady, GOAT. Done. I think maybe they looked at Philadelphia and the troubles they had down the stretch in the regular season. The game against Atlanta, they didn't exactly blow them out, so they might have saw, oh, wait, they struggled against Atlanta? We beat Atlanta pretty handily. It's going to be good. Then they go to Minnesota. We all know what happened.
No, we went to them.
Oh, that's right. Minnesota went to Philly for the championship game. We all know what happened. I don't want to recap it, but we all thought they blew their wad. We all
real
said
quick
it.
To one of our viewers here.
Go ahead.
Jay says, did they lose because of the accusations of cheating for media? In other words, did the media finally catch up to them and they said, you know what, enough of this. We need to hand you this loss?
Possibly. I'll give that a 50-50.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
we need to give this to you because people are just so sick and tired of seeing this. And we need to give it to a younger team.
I don't like
no,
that
I
word.
hear the
professional
give.
football.
Okay, are you
I
ready?
can't.
Are you
Go
ready?
ahead.
Are you ready? Here we go. Now, unless you got to chime in, I have the very first set of pictures. The first one is of Cook from the Patriots. Used to be a Saint.
Yeah.
And I understand why you like this hit because he used to be a Saint. Okay.
Oh, are you talking about the spine buster or the hit? Because the hit I didn't like.
No, the hit is one. Not the spine buster.
I love the hit.
No, the
but
spine
then
buster was completely different. He deserved that one.
You can ask Eddie. When he got hit, I cheered because he was a Saint. But then when they showed the replay and they showed 27
So you
dipping
show
his
the
head,
first one, right?
Yep.
Exactly. Show the first. There you go. So the
There it
first
is.
one. Now, I want you guys to understand. Now,
read the rule.
I posted this earlier, and I just want everybody to see exactly what I say when this is all right. If a player uses any part of his helmet, including the top/crown and forehead hairline parts, or face mask to butt, spear, or ram an opponent violently or unnecessarily, that is called...
It's an illegal hit.
It's an illegal hit.
If 27 doesn't duck his head, and
now
I
go
can't
ahead
remember
and
his
show the
name
next
now.
page. No, show the next page. This is what happens afterwards.
Oh, when they cart him off?
No. This is the hit as it's happening, full on. Now you got
Okay.
to see at this point. You could tell that the player is fully going for a spear. There's no doubt in my
He
mind.
looked like Goldberg going
Right.
in.
There is no doubt in my mind that he's doing this. Now look, I have heard the arguments on all sides, and this is where I'm coming in with the whole Coach Smith shit. All right. I do not tell my players to go out and do this to another player. I don't. You know who does? Coaches that want to take out star players.
Headhunters.
Exactly.
Sean fucking Payton.
I've actually heard that on Facebook that a couple people looked like they were targeted.
And I'm just throwing this out
Brandon
here.
Cook twice.
First of all,
There was no need for the spine buster because
the spine buster, I'll take it.
Arn Anderson would have been proud.
He jumped up,
but he didn't need to make that turn. He didn't need to make that turn.
Yeah, but if you jump, you're pretty much telling that guy, I'm going to try to jump over you. And this guy catches you.
Having never played a down of football without a controller in my hand, I don't know.
You don't see me right now telling these people that was an illegal hit.
No.
I'm not even touching that.
The spine buster was
because
clean.
He's a dumbass for jumping in the air. If you jump in the air and you get fucking power bombed, that's your own. As a matter of fact, if I'm on the sidelines as Coach Smith, I'm going, oh,
yeah.
You don't want to do that, dude.
Everybody erupted. I still call it a spine buster.
It was.
It should have been Arn Anderson under that helmet.
It was great.
Caught him, turned him, planted him.
So anyways, that was not the illegal hit. This is the illegal hit that I'm talking about right now. Now, the problem with this is, now we can call it all day long. People said, oh, at this point he was established as a runner. Okay, great. So he's not established as a human being? Because people, this is not fucking cool. This is brutal, okay? This is somebody who knew, go back to that fucking first picture that I showed you. He was not aware. This guy went full on force, targeted Cook, and took him out.
He took a turn, took 2 steps, and then got waffled.
By the way, who is Cook in the Patriots line? Isn't he the number 1 wide receiver? See, I'm not a Patriots fan, so I don't know this stuff off the top of my head. But I'm pretty darn sure they signed him to be the number 1 wide receiver.
The star wideout, yeah.
And if I'm not positive, he was becoming a pretty good target to Brady as of late. Especially
he lit up Jacksonville
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for him to be a target, not too far-fetched, right? Okay, so let's throw that one aside. And for all y'all, go ahead, chime in right now. Chime in. Tell me that wasn't a dirty hit. Tell me that wasn't a dirty hit. If you give me proof that wasn't a dirty hit, I'll fucking say absolutely.
I'll give you 10-1 odds that
wrong.
Anybody that chimes in and says it wasn't a dirty hit wears green, black, and silver on a regular basis.
Then give me a good reason why that was not a dirty hit. Besides the fact that, quote unquote, he was an established runner.
You know, I can go
back.
Can
we lose that? Can we just lose that term right now? Because I'm looking at him as a human being. This is a person that could have got his fucking brain scrambled to the point of never coming back. Thank you.
Jaw broken.
Dead on the field.
I go back to one of our early episodes where it was in football season where Atlanta played Washington, where RG3 was still playing with Washington. And he decided to...
I'm a huge RG fan. I hate what they did to him.
Yeah.
I hate what they did to him.
RG3 breaks the pocket and runs. And it was, cripes, I can't remember his name. He's no longer with the team. I want to say it was... Tim DeCode, who waffles him on the sideline. Just basically, he makes the hit, and then he picks him up and plants him. And I came in the next week. I'm like, it's fantastic to see, us take out the top quarterback in the NFC at that point, but the hit was wrong.
Right.
And
right.
So
same thing here. Same thing here, man. I'm sorry.
We are objective. If you're sitting and you're a Philly fan, look, I got a lot of problem with Philly fans.
Was there a flag on that field that night for that hit?
Yes, there was actually after the play because after he initiated contact, they took 3 steps into the out of bounds, and then he picked him up and planted him.
That's that one.
On that play. On this play,
I'm talking about
no
this
flag.
One. There was no
fucking flag
on this play.
None.
On this play. The other one, like I said, I'm sorry, man. You jump up into somebody's arms. Where else are you going to go? Down. Yeah. If you go,
I don't know. I'm
higher,
living proof.
Yeah, but you went down, right?
Yes, I did.
If you go up higher, the only place you could come is down. Yeah. Gravity's a bitch, people. It's here on Earth. It's going to be here forever.
That's a risk you're going to take. You jumping up in the air.
All right, regardless. I'm going to carry on because I actually don't see any conversation saying that was an illegal hit.
All right. They
Next
might come
one,
after the fact.
Give me the picture with the 7 men on the line there. 4th and goal, the trick play that Nick Foles caught the touchdown with.
Okay.
Now, on this play, if you
I'm
guys
seeing
recall,
the dirty hit again.
the
Oh,
Patriots.
that must be earlier.
Right. Oh, no. The other one. I'm sorry. This one's later.
Right.
This one's later. No, I want the one where they're
10-second delay. I apologize.
Yeah.
All
Sorry,
right, the one
guys.
where they're all in the field.
Yes, that
Yeah.
one. My bad. I want this one next, though. I do want this one next. All right. So, anyways, if you guys recall this play, it's fourth and goal.
Yep.
They do this little trick play. Foles is in the end zone. He catches it. Now, not even 5 minutes prior, the Patriots try the same play. Now, granted, it wasn't set up the same way. Do you know why it wasn't set up the same way?
Why?
Because they actually did it legal. Look at this play right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have 7 people on the line when you set up a play like this.
Right.
How many people you got on that line? You got 6, right? And of
The-
course, you got
the 5 linemen and one other. Yeah.
right, exactly. Foles is actually dipped off into the right side, and he's actually
He never actually broke around
and
the
he's
tackle.
actually in a legal formation at this point.
Correct. And when
He
they
is
started
not
running
supposed
that
to be
play,
there.
I think that was still while I was at the party. I said,
Do you
Ed,
know
I said,
why he
that's
wasn't
some longest
covered?
yard bullshit right there.
Do you know why he wasn't covered?
Because he wasn't set up
Because
as a
he
receiver.
wasn't set up right, so not a single Patriot thought he was going to be a part of that fucking play. When you set up bullshit like this and you think that you're going to get away from bullshit like this, and you have people that know how football is played, people, this is bullshit, okay? You're supposed to have 7 people on the fucking line. You have 6. Not only that, look where Jeffries is lined up. Jeffries is all the way on the bottom. You see where Jeffries is lined up?
Actually, I can't see him in this picture. I'm sure he's at the far bottom. Yeah.
My bad. He's actually a little bit south to the... Now, the funny part
Hugging
is...
the line, if I remember on the...
Yeah, exactly. Now, the funny part is...
There it is again. Okay.
He's not wrong because he looks to the ref. Every player on the outside, if you're the outside wide receiver, you look to the ref and you make sure you're lined up properly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on that outside line and he points to you and says, yes, you're lined up where you're supposed to be.
Because you've been a coach, I have to ask. The tight end lines up on the line. I get that.
Yes.
But if you have a running back and a halfback and a fullback...
In what, I formation? You going shotgun like they're doing right now?
Again, you're the coach.
Right, but are you
everything
going
I do is on
shotgun
my
like
thumbs.
they're doing right now? Because that's
no.
how they set this up. They set it up for a shotgun where he was over to the side and they just dipped it right to the running back. Running back dipped it on over to the fullback. Fullback threw it out to Foles, who
Right.
was an illegal receiver. He was a legal receiver, but he was set up illegally.
So you're saying this was an illegal formation?
This was
that
a legal
Foles-
formation that was not called.
Okay.
That was not
I'll
called.
buy it.
You got
because
6 people on the line. You
He
have
never got around. Was it the tackles on the end?
Right.
Tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle.
Right.
He never got around the tackle. He lined up right behind the tackle
and
when
then
that
just
snap
dipped
came.
out.
And
Nobody
dipped to-
covered him.
dipped to
Why
the
did
right.
nobody cover him? Because nobody thought he
wasn't
was going to
lined
be a
up
part
as
of
a
that
legal
fucking
receiver.
play.
Okay.
That's why he caught that play
See,
so
I don't
well.
like trick plays. I don't like that wildcat bullshit. Every time I see and they say
But wildcat
they're lined up
is
in the
legal.
wildcat, fuck you. I hate that
Well,
shit.
But it's legal because you have a 7-man front.
Right.
You actually have the quarterback over here to this side. He's
got
set
your
up in
wide
an off
outs and all
formation.
that,
Right.
yeah.
He's set up in an off formation. He's not set up behind the tackle, not set over by the tight end. That's where Foles was. That's an illegal formation. Call me out. Call bullshit. Go ahead, people. Call it in. Right here, I'm waiting for it. Show me the other picture.
All right. Let's see.
Now,
what you have
this
here.
picture right here, you can clearly see an Eagles player pushing Hogan
I saw a lot of that shit.
out of now.
There
this,
was. And you remember
this-
how many
now,
times
hold
all
on.
of us said flag, 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 and
This,
nothing ever came?
this right here is the Hail Mary. Now, granted, if he makes this, he still has to make a 2-point conversion, people. All right?
Right.
So this is a long stretch, okay? But still, it's a play that's fucking important. You got to call it. You can clearly see an Eagles defender pushing Hogan 30 yards away from the fucking... This is illegal, people. This is fucking illegal. I'm sorry, Eagle faithful. That's fucking illegal. Now, do you understand how a fucking Hail Mary is supposed to work? Gronkowski's not supposed to catch that ball, right? Gronkowski's supposed to go up for that ball. Everybody goes up with Gronkowski. The ball dribbles down, and Hogan is supposed to be there to scoop up the ball and roll it into the fucking end zone. Well, how is Hogan supposed to catch that ball if Hogan gets taken out at the fucking 30-yard line right before the end zone?
Can't.
He can't. Very smart coaching because he knew what Hogan was supposed to do. Now, if you get called on that play, there's if they call it pass interference, which they won't because the ball wasn't thrown out there, you're going to call it holding. You're going to call it defensive holding, whatever. You're going to give it 15 yards. You're going to add time to the clock. Now Brady has 15 more yards, extra time to make that shot, and you guys can still make another one after that. Now, you can clearly see that this guy is getting, I got Will saying something. Okay, I got it. So I just want to make sure nobody's trying to, I'm waiting for anybody to hit me with this. Cause I did a lot of fucking research on this, people. I really have since the Super Bowl, and I watched it. I watched it as a non-NFC fan. Let me tell you this. This is the first time ever, and because Ed asked me to, I did it. I would normally have been on the NFC side, blah, 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 hooray. No, I watched it from the Patriots' point of view, and this is exactly what I saw. Now, you see that? You want to call bullshit? The comments are right there. Last two things, obviously, in my 5 things that fuck the Patriots. The 2 touchdowns, people. Come on. All year long, we've been talking about catches. Now, the first one, which is, I believe it was the running back. Was it the running back? I don't know who the Eagle. Anyways.
Blunt's one of the running backs, and it was another
but
one.
It was a catch. It was a catch. Remember? Now, he doesn't have control of the ball.
We said that.
Now, when he has control of the ball, he does have a foot down. The second foot comes down, and I'm sorry, you can clearly see where the white line is. You can clearly see his foot over that white line. It's not a catch. He's out of bounds. Now this is Chris Collinsworth and Black. You could say what you want about him.
Chris Collinsworth.
You can say what he wants, but for him to turn around and be like, I can clearly see his foot on the out of bounds. That is not a catch. They're going to call that back. They're going to call that back. He's a wide receiver. He knows when you're fucking out of bounds, people. He knows when you're out of bounds. Guess what? He was out of bounds. Now, granted, that doesn't make a big, huge difference. It's not like the 4th and goal, that whole one what I told you where there was an illegal formation.
Yep.
They still had, I think it was 2 more shots at the end zone.
Right.
So that's not a big thing, but that was not a touchdown. You gave them that touchdown. That was a gimme. Touchdowns are not easy in the red zone. Let's get that straight, people.
No, the defense is looking.
Not only
they're
that,
always looking to stop you, but in the red zone,
defense is close.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
exactly. You got to understand, when people tell you that you are amazing in the red zone, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots were 80% in the red zone.
I think that was a stat.
Stupid number like that.
Something huge.
Just ridiculous. That means that every time they get in the red zone, which is at the 20-yard line to the touchdown, in case y'all didn't know that, this is where it gets fucking, because you can't run it. Let's be honest, unless you got a power runner and you got some fucking amazing. You have to be sneaky. If most of the times when you get a touchdown, 30 yards, 40 yards out, little dip pass, fucking guy runs in, or the running back breaks free and goes 80 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some crazy shit like that.
Some crazy work
When
done
you
play.
get to the 20-yard line, shit gets crazy. Shit gets hot and heavy. That's when shit gets crazy. Now, there were second down, whatever. Now, let's move on to the, as I like to call it, the Des Bryant, Jesse James catch.
This one was a catch, though.
Now,
I say it was.
I will say this. If you establish him as a runner, yes,
Does he
it
make
is a touchdown.
Football move.
Now,
Do
you know
where I go
how they
sideways.
say that he made a football move?
By
Because
breathing?
he rolled off the defender. You remember when he got that and he literally rolled off the defender and jumped in? That's when he made the football move to make him a quote-unquote runner. No.
I knew it.
No, he became a runner when he took 2 steps and he physically had the ball. I'm not denying that he went over the line and caught that. That, in my opinion, that is the realest touchdown ever. Guess what?
It's realer than Dez.
No.
Fuck
This
Dez.
is where I'm going to fuck people right now. Des Bryant's was a touchdown.
Oh, God.
Jesse James
Here they come.
was a touchdown, people. This is the problem.
Jesse James was a
right.
touchdown.
And so was Dez. Dez was the same thing, dude. He had 2 steps and he rolled over and did the exact same thing. We need to fucking stop this bullshit rule, and y'all need to fucking realize this is how they used to fucking score. The whole one-handed pylon fucking bullshit, that shit was made famous by people like Jerry Rice and fucking Barry Sanders. People,
Randy Moss was a genius at it.
This is what makes football football, okay? Lose this shit. Lose this shit. Des Bryant caught it. Fucking Jesse James caught it. And in my opinion, so did fucking whatever the fuck his bullshit name is, the tight end from the fucking Eagles. That was a touchdown. However, if you want to compare it and use the same rules that you use for Des Bryant and for Jesse James, that's not a touchdown. And this is why I said that this rule needs to change. This rule needs to get changed over because it's bullshit.
I don't disagree. I still think after watching replay after replay of the three, you have two of them right. I don't think Dez's was a catch. Not because I'm a Cowboy hater, but because you watch his hands and the ball goes ass over tea kettle over itself. Here's my problem. For years, as football fans, we are told when that ball breaks the plane, it's a touchdown.
Right.
Now, when that ball breaks the plane, like we saw
and you're established
Sunday,
as a runner.
Exactly. But he doesn't have full control. But he did exactly what he's been training to do for 10 years. Break the plane.
Right.
The ball crosses that white line between the 1 yard line and the goal, and he reaches his arms out, and it breaks the plane. Kevin Dyson, 18 years ago, if he could have made it 4 more yards and broke the plane, would we be having this conversation like we're having now?
Rodney Hampton from the New York fucking football Giants made a fucking living of going like this and running out of bounds.
Right.
He would literally only have his hand cross the fucking goal line, and his fat ass would be running out of bounds.
Yep.
Touchdown! Fucking Rodney Hampton. How many touchdowns did Rodney Hampton get from
How many
fucking doing
guys
that
have
shit?
we seen get hit on that 1 yard line? Their body is in motion. They hold the ball out to catch the pylon.
If it does it, it's a touchdown.
But now we have questions about it.
And that's my thing. Let's go back to the old days. Same thing. I don't give a if you catch the ball, if you show you have control of that ball, I don't give a fuck if you're dangling 1 foot fucking touchdown tiddlywinks and fucking goal. If you make that shit look fucking good, you deserve that fucking touchdown, man.
Amen.
I'm sorry. College has the very simple rules, and there's a reason for it, and they need to go back and simplify this bullshit because the NFL is fucking it up major. Everybody sits there and they turn around. Let's hit Mike fucking
Mike who?
Mike Martin.
Mike Martin.
Mike
Okay,
Martin.
yeah, earlier today.
Brought up a fucking point. Said a lot of people are saying Tom Brady or the Patriots lost and Tom Brady failed.
I said it.
I don't think Tom Brady failed. I think you and I are in agreement the defense failed.
505 yards, no touchdowns.
No,
The only
no,
time,
he had touchdowns.
I'm sorry,
no
no
interceptions.
interceptions. I'm sorry, no interceptions.
And one
two
drop
touchdowns.
pass.
2 touchdowns.
And one drop pass.
One fumble. He had 1 fumble.
I know that late sack.
Right. And I'll tell you what. The offensive line did their job, dude.
They protected him like nobody's business. Like it was their job, folks, and that's what a lot of teams need to realize.
The funny thing is, and let me say this about Tom Brady, and this is where the Patriots people might hate me. When Tom Brady gets hit, he becomes an average quarterback.
Mm-hmm. When he gets hurried is different.
When
Pressured
they hit him early. It didn't count as a sack, but remember he got the ball up and they hit him.
He was back.
Right. When Tom Brady gets hit, he becomes an average quarterback.
He's
He's no longer elite. He's no longer elite because he's trying to rush the passes. He's trying to get that shit out. He's anticipating the blitz.
Now, you as a football coach know the difference between hurry and pressure.
Yes.
If you're hurried, there's nobody better than Brady. Maybe
No.
Manning, possibly.
I would give Eli.
Eli.
Eli
Marino was
Eli's
great
good.
when
Marino
he was hurried.
He
When
was
you
incredible.
put pressure
Warren Moon
was
was fucking incredible.
When you put pressure on Brady, when you pass that line, and if there were imaginary lines between hurried and pressured, I'll agree with you. When you pressure Brady, he becomes average.
Exactly.
Because
And you saw that in the first
really
half.
I really do think, and we've said it for
can I
years.
say this? You saw it in the first half of your Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What did he look like?
They put him on his ass four times in the first half.
It wasn't until they came back from the halftime that he came back to his...
And they didn't touch him again.
Right.
When you have Tom Brady hurried, he's amazing. When he gets that pressure where he can look out of his peripheral and see that 7 feet away, there's a 300-pound angry man coming to break his pelvis, he gets scared. He becomes Trent Dilfer.
Yes.
Okay? And we'll talk
Throwing
about...
off foot and everything.
And I really want to talk about Trent Dilfer soon because it goes back to Nick Foles. And I asked the question on my live feed. I know you did one as well. I kind of blended them together on the show.
I saw that.
And remind me, Ed, please, Nick Foles. I got a real great question.
I was
going to
say that's pretty much my wrap up. That is my wrap up of the 5 things that I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Really fucked the Patriots, in my opinion. But at the same time, there were 5 major things.
Well, I got one.
Call me out on it. Like you have all week. You have all week to call me out on any of these, please. Eagles fans, call me out on it, please. If you really think that I'm fucking wrong on any of these, and I'm not saying, look, I'm not going to turn around and say, look, you guys won. I'm not taking this away from you. It's the same thing when the Saints did the same bullshit to us, the Bounty Gate, and they did what they, look, you got away with it. You got away with it. And this is the whole reason why I'm saying, did karma catch up to the Patriots? You guys got away with a little bit of shit.
I say 50-50. I say it kind of did, but you know they're going to be a force next year as well.
And no, absolutely they will. Unfortunately, you guys just unleashed the beast because I really think Tom wanted to retire this year. Giselle was all up on his ass.
And now he's got to prove himself.
And now, right. No, because
when you were that close.
Oh no. Trust me. I saw the look in his eyes. Not only that, when Giselle turns to her kids and says, you know, the Eagles haven't won in a million years, and you can't always win, and you got to let other people win.
That's good parenting, not let, but you have to be a gracious loser. Right, that is millennial parenting. You're exactly right. You have to let other people win. Fuck you, Giselle.
What needs to happen is the Patriots. They need to do some Rocky III with Apollo Creed and go back to L.A.
Can I say this? At least Giselle fucking kept her kids there. What the fuck did you do, fucking Marky Mark?
I don't know the reference on this one. What did Marky Mark do?
Marky Mark ran away with his fucking kids last year. Remember when the Patriots were getting the stuffing beat out of them by fucking third quarter?
I remember that.
Where the fuck was Marky Mark? Fucking running away. Boston super fan, Brady's best buddy, and you're running away, and the reason why is because you said your kids were having a fit? Did you see Brady's kids? They were crying up there. Dude, fucking girl, you couldn't give the girl a juice box and a granola snack to save her fucking life.
Hot dog and a beer, for fuck's sake.
No, she was upset. Her daddy was getting her.
All right.
Dude.
And we got to see down her shirt twice, bro.
She did bend twice. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
That's my team.
The question I had on my live video, if any of you haven't seen my live video, it's on the Loken Jabroni Show.
She got
page
some
right
nice
now.
tits for a skinny chick.
Well, she was a model. And
Yeah.
shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but those are still pretty natural. I heard.
Well, those are mommy boobs, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, they could
Probably
be mommy
think-
yeah.
boobs. Yeah,
Probably
I think they're
right.
mommy boobs.
That.
Yeah, mommy
Same,
boobs.
same. Right.
They're very, very good.
So
Call.
a backup quarterback. Let's draw the comparison. 18 years ago, Drew Bledsoe gets
false.
hurt. Drew Bledsoe gets hurt. Tom Brady takes over 4 games into the season, takes him to the Super Bowl and wins against the Rams. This year, Carson Wentz gets hurt. And, guys, Carson Wentz was lights out.
But Wentz is the rookie, is it? Not 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
He's the rookie. Foles been in the league for, dude, we're talking almost 8 years now.
At that time, he had 17 starts over that time.
Yeah.
Starts.
Okay, so break it down really quick. What are you saying? You're saying that they're going to drop. You can't keep both of them.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
You know Foles wants some money after this.
Gwendolyn Decker put up something earlier in the week, a fan of the show, and I kind of called her out. I said, basically, it's Foles' job to lose at this point. Wentz goes out. Foles walks that team into the playoffs. He hit a couple bumps in the road, but he basically took that team through the playoffs and won the biggest game of the year.
If he would have played like he played against you guys, it was over.
Oh, yeah.
Against Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
And let's.
He was a bucket of suck versus
I don't know
Atlanta.
what the fuck that was.
LeGarrette Blount won that game.
Yeah.
So, going back, Foles is playing the Brady role now. Backup quarterback. Your incumbent gets hurt. In a minute. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to put that over here. Your incumbent quarterback goes out. You are the guy holding the clipboard. You are Jason Garrett through the Aikman years. And you win the Super Bowl. You are Trent fucking Dilfer at this point. At this point. Philly fan is going to go nuts, but hear me out. Training camps are going to start in July. In my opinion, it's Foles' job to lose. He won the Super Bowl. He's the MVP of the Super Bowl. He's either going to carry this momentum into a starting job and they have to figure out what to do with Wentz, or Chip Kelly goes, Wentz is our guy. Here's a clipboard.
Dude, the only reason why Foles went to the Eagles was because of Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Like get that three guys, and he's gone now, and Foles is still hanging around there.
So the question is, does Nick Foles ride this wave of momentum and become a good to great quarterback? Nobody's putting him in elite status now because, hey, Doug Williams has a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl. Mark Rippon has a Super Bowl.
He's putting himself in the elite
Jim
status.
McMahon, who played well, and I say well, he's in the Football Hall of Fame, but Jim McMahon has one Super Bowl to his credit and then a lot of good seasons. Dan Marino had a plethora of great seasons and no Super Bowls. So you have to decide. Rings don't decide how great you are as a quarterback, although we all agree that Tom Brady is the fucking greatest quarterback that we've ever seen.
It's hard to argue with the rings, but I agree with you.
But think about it. Dan Marino, up until about, 7 or 8 years ago, held every major passing record there was. More than Montana, more than Elway, more than...
Oh, yeah.
The problem was that the Dolphins never built a team that could fit. Once you figure Marino out, he's a passer. They had no running game. None. They had no short game. Marino was about the long ball. If they could have built a short game or a running game, you're talking about Marino with 3-4 rings. But you're not. We're talking about a legendary career with passing yards out the wazoo and no rings. Can Foles ride the momentum and become a
Almost
good to great
like
quarterback?
Warren Moon.
Pretty much. Can he become a quarterback of the future, or is he going to hold a clipboard next year? My question to you guys. And to you listeners as well. Nobody's speaking. What the fuck? Can you answer the question?
I'm sorry.
I'll say clipboard just to keep it going.
Okay, thank you.
I was trying to figure out this. She was on Mike's video when the Vikings were playing.
Oh, Will's trying to figure out who the chick was at Mark's party. I don't know, and we'll figure it out. I'll go back to the video, Will, and we'll figure it out.
I was going to go live.
What is he looking for? Another fucking sucker to break his heart?
Please no.
I was going to go live. I was going to go full Loki at Mark's house, but Chris left, so I couldn't break his other ankle.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I need, to limp on both sides.
I was going to go full Loki.
Although everything's feeling great today, just so, not that you have any guilt. You did in the beginning, and I told you don't worry about it. Ankle's feeling great, man. I'm walking.
I ain't got no fucking guilt. Dude, I put a goddamn spike through my fucking foot 3 days ago, and the shit's healed up. You want to see it?
No.
It was bleeding everywhere like a fucking sieve, man. Let me tell you. I'm like Wolverine, and you're like... You're like the dude from Unbreakable. You're Mr. Glass.
I was going to say, Jabroni is definitely not your Swayze.
No.
You should never think of him as
No.
such.
I would have been happy with a chest bump. I didn't need the Patrick Swayze routine. Anyway.
Actually, you were so drunk, I don't even think you knew what you were doing.
I don't think he knew where he was.
Look, like I said,
he thought he was in Minnesota.
This is a hug. This is I want to catch you. Okay, there's a whole range.
I was in the
of
middle.
Arm. See, exactly.
I was in the middle. You misread.
Would you jump on him too if you were?
You wouldn't jump on me if you paid him.
If you just went through the fucking Diggs fucking miracle fucking touchdown and you saw that.
This is Loki, and here's Chris.
Oh, nice. I like it.
I think what happened here. You know what? Let's get a close up on this.
Go ahead.
We're gonna have some fun with this.
Bring it in. And Anya's watching now too, so you're about to get called out on your shenanigans.
So here we go. This is Loki, and this is Chris, and he's got his hands halfway.
Halfway.
So Loki's in the air. She's the halfway hand.
He's the Jennifer Grey.
Changes trajectory.
He was Jimmy Snuka. He really was.
Mid-air changes trajectory.
Thank you.
Goes right
Vindicated.
down the ankle. Yeah.
He was Ricky fucking Steamboat to my Randy Savage right there.
I seen him.
You can laugh all you want. That's the God's honest truth.
No, if you go back and you watch the video, you can actually see me getting up,
Yup.
and you can see Chris
Slowly getting up. One other thing I want to
It'll
mention,
be forever be known as the money shot.
if you want.
Yeah, I'll
One
buy
other
it.
thing I want to bring up is
I'll buy
that
it.
Philly fan. I'm just calling you all out. I don't care if you're on the good side, the bad side, the evil, the good, the churchgoers, or the Satan worshipers. I don't give a fuck. Philly fan, you guys had the opportunity after that game to prove yourself and erase the stigma of the past 2 weeks of the bullshittery, throwing full beer cans, the fuck Millie campaign, all of that. And what did you do? You didn't let me down. You turned cars over. You burned the city.
took down the rail.
You took down an overhang at the Ritz-Carlton, for fuck's sake. Guys,
That's some good
Whoa,
shit right
you
there.
forgot
man.
one thing.
what?
What else did they do?
What else did they
Hit
do?
the button.
Okay.
You ate horse shit.
That was awesome. At the end
There's
of the
video.
At the end of the day, Philly fan, you did not do yourself any favor. And before Eagle fan comes up and says, well, they've done it in Boston and Detroit and Chicago and all this other horse shit.
They're assholes.
Real
Anybody
quick,
who turns a car over that doesn't belong to you, you're a fucking
hey,
moron.
as long as they didn't touch the fucking Rocky statue, it's okay.
Okay.
All right, it's good. And Will,
I almost thought
Will,
they'd have it on the
real
ground
quick,
fucking it.
Will, you can't bury your heart in fucking Taftville, dude. Don't you know that's a fucking salt mine? There ain't shit over there. That shit ain't gonna. They ain't doing shit. Like, go over to like fucking Sprague or like fucking Hanover. There's some fucking real fucking
Nice
mossy
real
shit
estate over there.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's a salt mine over there, dude. Your heart is just gonna fucking.
Those of you listening in other parts of
that.
the world, get a map. Hanover,
You all have a
Sprague.
tap. Everyone has a tap.
All right. Just to close up on that little half note. Foles. I mean, I gotta say he's gonna want some cash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look what Case is already asking for cash. I'm laughing at him. Dude, I joined his Twitter account just to laugh at him. Literally, I friended him on fucking Twitter to be like, you honestly think you're getting $20 million from the Vikings next year?
The funny is, I did the same thing with a lot of the Falcon players.
Because the Vikings got $20 million to spread around.
Oh, yeah, just to fucking give your douchebag.
I did a lot of the same thing with the Falcon players on Twitter, and the one that comes up, hello, I just got hit in the
That
mouth
was-
with my.
That's because of that
Oh
booty
yeah,
right there. That
Oh
booty.
yeah, get it. The one thing that I took away from Twitter was Dontarius Poe from the Falcons, who put a tweet out. I can't even do my job.
That
told you.
ass, though.
I know. He came out with a tweet.
He got up.
It was my Viagra. He came out with a tweet that said,
Is the Enterprise really missing?
I think so. It said, Atlanta fans, we failed you. I was like, wow, Poe is the man. Poe is the man. I have not looked at Case Keenum's yet, but you have, and I'm sure you have seen that he's looking for money.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do, Case? Seriously. Yeah,
No,
you had a great run.
No. You had a great run normally, but when it came to the playoffs, let's be honest, dude. The running backs owned the Saints.
Yep.
You got a touchdown, 2 touchdowns because of Diggs. The 10-second miracle, let's be honest, dude. I mean, you brought the Saints back. And then let's go fast forward to the Eagles. I mean, throwing off foot, like, you look like a rookie out there. It was pathetic.
I think that's a combination of, I don't want to say the defense was sleeping, but the defense wasn't quite on point, although they were still playing well. But then again, you have a first ballot Hall of Famer in Drew Brees captaining the other side and making that drive. Case Keenum found a way to exploit their weakness, which was the right side cornerback, Williams, who had already been
He was a
called
rookie.
3
Absolutely.
times
Yep.
for pass interference. I'm going to throw it his way, and Diggs is going to be there. Whether or not he makes that 60-yard run or he gets out of bounds and buys us another 20 seconds, he knew. So Do I think Case Keenum is elite and deserves a bunch of money?
Hell no.
Fuck no.
Hell no.
Much
And
like I don't think Nick
I
Foles
say
deserves
the
a
same
bunch
thing
of
about
money.
Foles. Sorry, man. Look, you had a great. The only difference was you actually didn't crack under pressure.
Yeah.
You actually had a hell of a playoff run. And I'm going to say that. The problem is, and this is where I think the Eagles fans don't realize it, you got Wentz coming back strong as fuck next year. Foles is not going to be a backup right now because Foles just won a Super Bowl.
It's his job to lose.
So look, dude, he can write whatever fucking amount he wants on a fucking check right now. Seriously, he could go to the Browns right now and retire.
Why would you go to the Browns?
Because they'll give you $80 million.
I'll talk about the Browns in a second. Before we go into top 10 and all the other shenanigans we got going on, I'll bring up the Browns after. Keenum does not deserve.
No, he doesn't.
A
And I
huge
said the same thing.
contract.
I say you get rid of Bradford. You get and Vikings are going to hate me for this one. That you get rid of fucking Bridgewater, and you get rid of fucking Case Keenum. You go looking for an elite quarterback.
If Alex Smith just
Vikings.
didn't get traded,
No.
I thought he could be your guy.
He's damaged goods.
Is he really?
He's damaged goods. He's been traded and thrown around so much that I honestly believe he's damaged goods.
Well, I still believe in you and Tommy Summers in your prediction.
Well, here's my thing. I don't think Eli's leaving the Giants now. From everything that I've been reading, I think Eli is going to retire a Giant, it looks like. So,
Maybe he'd be a better fit with
that
the
being said, I would have loved to have Eli retire a Viking. Not going to happen. Kirk Cousins.
Ooh,
Come on down, brother.
good call.
Come on down. You got the deep ball. I truly believe that you are not an elite quarterback yet. However, with wide receivers like Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen in our mix, I truly believe that with the numbers that you could put out there, he has an incredible deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that fucking
Oh,
deep
yeah.
ball before. He's got a fucking incredible deep ball.
And he makes things happen.
I would like to see that happen.
I think, watching Kirk Cousins over the last couple of years, bringing Washington from basically the bottom of the barrel to not quite a contender, but someone who you look to and say they could possibly be a threat. He's a guy that you give him the right system, he's going to flourish.
Yes.
Abso-fucking-lutely. So Cleveland. Christ.
Cleveland rocks.
Only on the Drew Carey show. And in baseball, Cleveland Indians are doing great in the last few years, so let's give them a little bit of credit. And the Cavaliers, obviously, brought a championship to Cleveland after 2,475 years of ineptitude. Cleveland, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
I made a comment about this on Facebook real quick. Where did Philadelphia Phil come from? And it's funny because our
Is
buddy,
that the 90-year-old.
Yeah.
Nobody heard of him until Millie.
Right, exactly. And actually, Andrew did come out, and I really wish he was on tonight because he came back and he said, "Oh, everybody knows about Philadelphia Phil. Like everybody
Really?
talked about him, blah blah blah." And it's funny because I actually looked up some information on Philadelphia Phil.
Good.
And it wasn't until his grandson actually recently tweeted about him that people actually gave a fuck about Philadelphia Phil. Just saying, and it's funny because his grandson wrote hashtag Battle of the Centurions because
All right.
Well, Millie was supposed to go to the Super Bowl.
Right, exactly.
She's
and
ill.
I said that. Do you think
God
Millie
bless Millie.
fucking said, "Hey, I'm going to give fucking my Super Bowl tickets to this Philadelphia fucking Phil fan," or did he magically get these Super Bowl tickets out of nowhere?
I'm sure Philadelphia brought him.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the team gave some of their freebs
I
away.
think, honestly, I think they needed the PR for it because
You think?
up until the game,
After fuck
the
Millie?
game, up until the game, after the game, the fans have been atrocious. It's fucking atrocious. And I know you guys have been making distinctions between the real fans, but I'm not making a distinction. You're not calling out the bad fans. You're just as guilty.
Yeah.
Seriously. So fuck Eagle fans.
Right.
I'm not eating the humble pie.
Look, I've
I'm
watched
fucking Focus, and I say fuck you.
in football. I've never, and I may never see a championship for a team that I root for, which is the Atlanta Falcons. I've been blessed since 1978 to have 7 World Series championships that I've seen and enjoyed. Hockey, I've seen 1. Racing, I've seen 2. So I've had my moments in the sun. College football, I think I've seen 2. I may never see it in professional football, and I don't care. But you know what I'm not doing? I'm not burning my neighborhood down. Don't you kill that. Don't you fucking kill. He put it over here, and he said, Jabroni, you will have the last swallow.
Oh, she did buy it.
This is not where I make an ex-wife joke, actually.
This is last swallow.
The last swallow. I'm going to... Lady J's backwash.
Put it
Thank you,
on put it on a sticker so you can at least lick it like acid.
Basically. I've never turned over a car in celebration. I've never lit anything on fire. I've never punched another fan. I have never gone out of my way to be an asshole.
Why would you want to?
You know why I don't do that? Because I realize, like he realizes, like the people we associate with, 99% of them understand that this is sports. It doesn't affect our daily lives except for that moment of victory or defeat. Because the next day we get up, we go to work. Yeah, we carry a little bit of residual.
In your case, it fucked up your ankle, but we won't talk about that.
Same.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
We get up the next day, we go to
NFC
work.
Championship, I went to work, and I fucking came home early. Because you know what? It sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It's just like...
Day after the Super Bowl, I went to work. And I got equal parts heckled and consoled. And I was like, you know what? It's just fucking football.
No.
I move on.
I heard this. It's funny because somebody said the same thing. Oh, there's people out there who don't have jobs. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute. What?
There's people out there that don't have jobs.
Get a fucking job.
I was like, dude, I'm so sorry that my earned days off have pissed you off so bad. I'm sorry. Because you see what? I earn these days off.
Right.
So if I want to actually come to work and be like, fuck this shit, I don't feel like being here today because...
The day after, we had 7 call-outs.
I believe it. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes when I get to the top 10.
For any of you who've been to the wonderful Zips Diner, they
I love that
They
place.
closed at 6 Super Bowl Sunday.
Are you shitting me?
It's like, we're closing at 6 for Super Bowl.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Zips Diner, if you're
Zip
ever in
Diner
the Danielson
in Danville.
area, amazing.
Yeah.
Love that
Yeah,
place.
I know.
Emma and I used to go to breakfast there all the time.
Stop there to pick up breakfast, and sure enough, it's like, we're closing at 6 so everyone can watch the Super Bowl. Went in there, everyone's in the jerseys.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was...
I remember last year before the Super Bowl, Angela and I went to church, and I wore my jersey. And she's like, why are you wearing your jersey at church? I'm like, because we need all the help we can get. We got to church, and there were, like, Patriot jerseys sprinkled around. I'm like, all right, I know I'm in the right place. All is good. And we did our thing, and we all had, again, this goes back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago and what people have been arguing on Facebook, and you heard me say it, and I go back to last year with Tim Silvestri from the deck. Patriot fans, most of them, classy motherfuckers. Let's give them props. Let's tip our hat.
Not me.
No, well, we don't expect that from
Not
you.
today.
But last year I got a wave of Patriot fans from all over the area telling me how hard we played. It was a tough game. Sorry you lost, etc. This year, a lot of Patriot fans, I'll say 75% of the stuff I've seen on social media and heard in the out and about have been, you know what, we played great, we just didn't get the job done. You know what? Class act on your part, Patriot fan. Class act.
Their motto is do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job.
Did they do their job Sunday?
Obviously, it wasn't enough.
No,
it wasn't. And like I said, barring, I'm not making excuses. Like, go ahead and watch this whole episode and be like, oh, this motherfucker. No.
Nope.
I'm not making excuses. I did just say the Eagles are the NFL champions of the fucking world. Right. We can't take that away from you. It's part of it. What I am saying is how you got there was much like how these guys got there.
Yep.
And bully on you.
Strength, determination, all of it.
Right. And we said it before. To be the man, you got to beat the man. But I've also said before, just like my man Eddie Guerrero said, if you can't beat him, cheat him.
Now,
can we?
Having said that, you can go back to one of our October episodes where the MLB playoffs were winding down, and the Red Sox got beat 2 nights. They got ousted 2 nights before the Yankees got ousted. And you basically looked at me right here on this camera and said, your team went farther. I'm like, no, we didn't. We lost in the same round. You're like, no. You won an extra game, and you did this. You took it to Game 7. Your team did it. That's objectivity.
Yeah.
That is what sports is about. Yes, you root for a team. It's all laundry, guys. It's not hatred. If you are, I don't know, Philly fan, I'm going to keep bringing Philly fan up, and you're throwing full cans of beer at Minnesota fan as they're walking into the stadium, you're the problem. If you are someone that you see somebody, and I've had it happen to me, trust me, I'm in the heart of Patriots country. And the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl last year, I'm in Stop and Shop or I'm out and about and I got my Falcons gear on. You're going to fucking lose so bad. You're the problem. And that's not all Patriot Nation. That's a small section. But it does put a sore taste in your mouth. Saints fan, fuck you. I could give a shit less. Cowboy fan, fuck you. I could give a shit less because you're classless assholes.
I saw too much poor sportsmanship in this Super Bowl. I saw players like just shoving Patriots to the ground. I saw a couple.
Exactly.
This is like outside of the plays. I saw dirty shit like
Mm-hmm.
that. So no, fuck. The
What
Eagles.
was the one play?
Fuck your win.
It was Chris Hogan. Going back to Chris Hogan, where he caught a really great touchdown catch, and the defender was right next to him. He got his 2 feet in. They tackled him to the ground, but they called the touchdown. And as the Philly guy was getting up, Chris Hogan was still on the ground. Grabbed his face mask as he was coming up.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Mark and Skip at the time. I was like, that's fucking dirty. That's bullshit. Nobody called anything.
No.
Well, like I said, I mean, I did that. I did the pictures in a reason for an order. I mean, the first thing.
But those are the plays. I'm just talking
That
outside.
first, no, I know,
Outside the plays.
I know, but
Garbage.
that hit on Cook, don't forget, dude, that was first quarter.
Yeah.
That was first quarter, dude.
Yeah.
That was huge.
That touch, first half. The Chris Hogan touchdown,
No,
first half.
No, the Cook. The
Oh,
Cook
the
hit.
Cook, the
dirty
spine
hit.
buster.
No.
The
The
dirty hit was
hit.
second quarter.
It was right in the beginning of the second
Yes.
quarter. Right at the
minutes
beginning.
in, minutes
yeah,
in.
like
See,
right in the beginning.
This is why I don't watch football regularly. I'd hate to be this mad all year.
Oh, I'm never mad. I expect ineptitude out of the
Honestly,
Atlanta
I would
Falcons.
have
Like I
much
said,
rather have lost to the Minnesota Vikings
if
because then
you
at least I know
guys-
to be honest.
If you guys want to sit there and comment, feel free. Blow the
Bring
Facebook
it.
page up. Blow it up. I'm daring you. I want you to bring the criticism my
Private
way.
message us.
But if it's going to be some bullshit like, are you serious? You're coming at me with this shit now? No, I'm not saying you don't deserve to be champions. You earned the championship. What I'm saying is these are 5 key things that help the Eagles win, and call me out on it if you think I'm full of shit, because I don't think I am. I really do kind of feel maybe that you guys not were handed it, but
There certainly was a hand
like
in it.
I said, the karma cow got cashed in. The karma cow got cashed in, and you guys just happen to be there.
You know the Patriots are under the microscope. They're not going to retaliate.
No.
Because when I saw like
Right.
that player get pushed to the ground, I'm just like, he didn't do anything. Didn't say
No.
anything. He just
Nope.
because he knows that everyone's
If you
gonna be,
turn
well,
around-
If he does, the flag gets
Did you?
thrown.
Okay, can I say this? When the Eagles got introduced, even as harsh as they were to Minnesota, they were
They
still
cheered.
cheered. When the Patriots were introduced, they booed them.
It's easy to again. I'm gonna reference the New York Yankees. It's easy to boo the dynasty.
You know,
people
no, we
8 winners.
right. No, we talked about it earlier. It's,
Jimmy Johnson.
You become a winner, and instantly your status becomes hate.
Exactly.
Now you win again, more hate. You win even more hate.
Yeah, and
It's-
people ask me, and I'll go back to the NASCAR point just for a brief second. People ask me why I had a problem with Jeff Gordon. It wasn't because he was winning all the time. It's because when he pulled,
it was. It
it
wouldn't
wasn't.
stop fucking winning.
When he pulled a move and would turn somebody, well, it was just a racing deal. I kind of got underneath him. When somebody turned him, it was a fucking federal offense. Jimmy Johnson, you can't argue with 5 straight fucking championships. You cannot. The man is talented as fuck. But his crew chief is a cheating motherfucker. Chad Knaus needs to be bounced from NASCAR tomorrow. But that's not why I dislike Jimmy Johnson. I dislike the team. Jimmy Johnson, talented as all hell. He never whines. He never complains. He comes out and he says the right thing at the right time. He's very much a politician. He probably has a great future in the White House.
And
However,
he hangs over the entrance to my place of employment.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Having
said that,
I walk in between his
as
legs every
long
day.
as Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus work together, I could never give Jimmy Johnson my full props. But Pete, you're right. People do hate a winner, and the more
they
you
do.
win, the
They
more they get
absolutely
angry.
fucking do. You're
How
absolutely
much
right.
hate do you get having 3 championships in the last 10 years in Boston, and people giving you shit? Well, how much? You got to get some.
Dude, you get all right. Look, I gotta say,
Eat me, Janelle. Thank
no,
you.
I just took care.
I
of
just
that.
saw that too. You're welcome. Love you, kid. Always have.
What?
What were you going to say? Recently.
What have you done for me, Eddie?
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
Okay, anyway.
My queen.
You're right. People hate
People
winners.
hate winners, and look,
Step up and beat the winners,
You
which
watch that
Philadelphia
shit, huh?
did.
yes, no, they did. But the shitty part is, and here's what I'm coming at with, man, is like, couldn't you guys just do it cleanly? Like I'm literally,
Great call.
I'm
Great
like
call.
literally
Great
watching this, and I'm like, these are 5 things that I had to call out, and I'm sorry, these are 5 fucking big things. Dude, the Cook thing, call me out, dude. You headhunted. You knew Cook was a danger. You knew that Brady could have fucking at any time given that dude. You called it. Jacksonville, he scorched them.
Yeah.
He scorched them.
Cook was on fire.
was insane. What
do you have? 2 scores and almost 200 yards receiving.
Exactly. So what are you going to do? You're going to take that motherfucker out so he doesn't have another fucking 200 yards, right? Especially with Tom Brady out there.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on.
But like you said, and I'll kind of paraphrase, and I'm going to change the wording a little bit. To be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yes.
And in baseball, for a lot of years, it was New York. And for a lot of years, it was Boston. Now it's Houston. A couple years ago, it was Kansas City. To be the best, you have to beat the best.
Well, you got to be, see, and this is coming from a Boston fan. Boston, y'all need to shut your mouth, all right? Because, like, we got one in 2004, we got one in 2007, but it wasn't until, like, 2013 till we came back again, all right? That's not a dynasty, people. That's dynasty, okay? New York's dynasty.
And it's gone.
Patriots dynasty. When you win more than, like, say, okay, you're talking decade. If you get 4
Amy Janelle, I
championships,
saw that.
if you get 4
Thank you.
championships within a decade, that's dynasty status.
Or 4 and 5 years like the Yankees did.
Right.
Or maybe 4 and 8 years like the Steelers did. Or, you can
Or
go
even
back.
the Patriots. Same thing with the
Exactly.
Patriots. Patriots, they formed a
18,
dynasty.
18 years of playoffs, missing 1. So 17 years of playoffs, 8 Super Bowl appearances, 5 wins. You cannot argue the numbers.
All right, real quick. 2 questions.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Brady and Belichick come back next year.
They have to.
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely, I agree.
I will add a
You can see it in his
caveat.
eyes.
I will add a caveat. One of them, and I won't say who because I don't know. One of them is gone after the 2018 season.
Belichick.
I don't know who. I'm
Belichick.
leaning toward Belichick.
Okay. Second question.
I think Brady.
How
Think so?
much do you think Belichick can invest in Viagra to keep that fucking little girlfriend of his happy?
1,000%.
I don't think it has anything to do with Viagra and everything to do with the bank account.
Oh, no, he's getting some.
He's got to do something.
He's been smiling a lot more lately. As a matter of fact, for somebody who
How
lost...
can you tell?
Did you see him during the Super Bowl loss? He actually fucking shook somebody's hands. Which, by
Speaking
the
of
way,
which, thank
speaking
you.
of
Which was
which,
probably laced with anthrax when he did it.
somebody,
I like Anthrax. Charlie Benante was on
a
the show.
listener that we love
Not that
and
Anthrax.
talk mad shit on, Gwen,
Okay.
posted
She'll
a
never watch,
Facebook,
but it's okay.
I know, exactly.
Well, you know what? Tag her in it, and we'll share the
I
fucking
will.
feed.
I will. Posted a Facebook story about the fact that Tom Brady did not shake Nick Foles' hand.
Can I have some of
For
that
winning.
tissue right there so
Now,
I can wipe
first
my
of
tears
all,
away?
Who the fuck said you ever had to shake a fucking winner's hand?
Your
if
Little
you
League
lost?
coach.
All right, yeah.
Your high school coach.
And besides that, and let's be honest, like, this is what you did.
Good game. Good
As
game.
you
Good
walk
game.
by.
Good game.
And deep down
Half-heartedly.
inside, right.
Half-heartedly.
If you lost, you're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
In your
fuck
mind,
you, fuck
yes.
you, fuck you.
But you're out
fuck
there
you.
going, good game, good
Yeah,
game,
but
good game.
here's the
good game.
thing. Because it's Tom Brady, it's a thing.
Right.
Exactly.
I agree. And this is exactly
Because
what
I
I said.
guarantee you, if Nick Foles had not walked across that field and shaken somebody's hand, nobody
would care.
says
Nobody said a shit.
shit.
As a matter of fact, they even said, well, wait a minute. Cam Newton did this 2 years ago, and you blew him up for it.
We did?
I didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't say shit about it.
No, actually, I said he was right. You just lost the biggest game of your career. Hide.
If it's too
Hide.
much, right. If it's emotionally too much, which, by the way, I think it probably could be at that point. I mean, let's be honest. This is what you play for.
55 million people watched this game. 55, and that was the Panthers Super Bowl.
Celebrities
Yes.
in the stands.
I really don't know how many people, we haven't got the numbers yet, how many people watched this Super Bowl. The one that Cam Newton lost to the Patriots, obviously, 55. Oh, it's the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Sorry.
Yeah.
55 million people just watched you having had the season of your life, 15-1 in the regular season, only beaten by Atlanta, thank you very much. And then go to the playoffs, you own the playoffs, and then you fell short against the Broncos, the biggest game of your career, and you basically failed. Yeah, I would go straight to the locker room.
I'm fine with that. Like
But
I
then
said,
again, maybe I would. Maybe I would go across and shake the other counterpart. It was Eli Manning. I would go and say, "Good game," and then I would go straight to the locker room. Peyton Manning, sorry. Then I would go straight to the locker room. That's just me. Cam Newton's a different cat. I don't pretend to know what's in his head.
Maybe. Who knows, dude? Like I say, dude, you don't know. You don't know what goes through these people's heads every single fucking day. What if, okay, say for example, Tom Brady loses last year's Super Bowl, and his mom had cancer, and his mom fucking died. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that's just too much to bring him over the edge? Like, I mean, you don't know what these fucking players go through every day in their lives, and to turn around and sit there and judge somebody because they didn't shake the other opponent's hand, fuck you. No, this is their life. Like, all right, so somebody comes in, all right? Let's break it down to very simple terms. Somebody comes in and takes your job, right?
Yeah. Fuck them.
And on the way out,
because there's always somebody that wants it.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
On the way out, are you going to shake that person's hand?
Let's say you.
The fucking hell no, you're not.
Let's say you're Michael.
It's going to keep you everything in your power to fucking flip
Right.
that person off or be like, yo, I hope you fucking choke on a dick,
Let's
bitch.
say you're Michael Jackson. You're the hottest recording artist since they invented fucking vinyl. And somebody comes up and now they have the number one record and you don't. Then you put out a new record and the other person puts out a new record and their record goes number one over you. Work harder.
Yeah.
Work harder.
Well, it's funny. That's one of the
imagine
one of the mottos I have at work.
It's funny.
Is I say work like someone's going to take your fucking job.
It's like you put into perspective like what some of these players go through. Like, imagine going into a stadium and everyone's booing you. Like, you are hated. You walk into a public building surrounded by people that probably don't like you, and that happens a lot. Like, people hate Tom Brady because he's Tom Brady.
Because he's a winner.
You know,
He's a winner. He's a winner, dude. Let's be honest. He's fucking a supermodel.
Prayer dude. Who's prayer dude there?
Tim Tebow.
Tebow. People hated him because he was Tim Tebow.
But he wasn't as talented.
No, but still.
Whoa. Do you know why people hated Tim Tebow? Let's really be honest. Exactly. He brought religion onto the football field, and people didn't want to see that.
But yet
shit.
Kaepernick kneels, and a bunch of people go, "That's the right thing."
Lowest rated Super Bowl happened this weekend.
Right.
Really?
Lowest rated NFL season.
Oh shit!
People don't like politics mixed with their football.
No, they don't.
At the end of the day, some people will listen to objectivity, and some people will continue to sit in their little bubble and say, "Fuck you, homerism."
That's why I really felt like they tried to bring in they tried to bring in Millie. Then when they lost Millie, they brought in Philadelphia Phil. They were trying to bring in anybody that they could to watch this. Now they know they're going to keep their faithful. They don't give a fuck about you faithful. You understand me? Like you faithful fans are out there, "Oh yeah, the NFL ain't going nowhere." No, they really are people like
you notice during the like the anthem and everything now they show less shots of the players.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, because it's hurting.
It is.
What Kaepernick did and what he started is hurting the brand. So like where everyone's like, "Oh, they don't want to hire Kaepernick because he kneeled." Fine.
No, they don't want to hire Kaepernick
hurting the
because
brand.
by the numbers,
No.
Colin Kaepernick is a barely passable quarterback.
Put that aside though.
Yeah.
He's hurting the brand.
Fuck.
He is. What
You know?
he did is
But I
exactly it.
wish that the fucking pink
No,
hat
we
jackasses
said
could
it earlier.
understand numbers.
Look, we said it earlier. It's very simple. Do you want to get politics involved in sports? No, you don't. Let's get the whole fucking let's get the whole freaking. They go out to visit the president. All that bullshit out of the way. It's done. It's over. Like,
And I should point out, because this has been shared a lot, Trump tweeted congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, yada, yada, yada. No, the Philadelphia Eagles did not respond
No,
to his
that was a
tweet
fake
saying,
tweet.
fuck you.
Go fuck
Go
yourself.
fuck yourself. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Get over yourselves. The Eagles are going to see the president.
Yep. Anybody have any last thoughts? Before I lose
that's
my
pretty much it,
shit
man.
right now.
I'm gonna go take a potty before you start top
You
10.
go right. You go right ahead. We got 23 days till spring training. The season opens on March 31 or March 30. 30th has September. March 30th. We're going to have our MLB preview. We're going to talk a lot about, obviously, the biggest rivalry in sports, Boston and New York. And it's going to be fun. We always make objective picks, and we're going to have some fun. Eddie, while I got you here, I haven't asked you this yet.
Gotta go.
There is a made-for-TV movie coming out, which is by the producers of American Crime Story, O.J. Simpson, about Tupac and Biggie.
I want to see it.
So do I.
Anything, like I said, I think we talked about this a little during Super Bowl. Anything's better than All Eyes on Me. I thought
I
that
haven't
was
seen it
terrible.
yet
I
because
thought it
my
was bad.
Fire Stick hates me.
I thought, what? We're not talking about that anymore.
I'm just saying my Fire Stick hates me.
It's not a great
So
movie.
is it okay? So
It's
should I
just
avoid it or should I watch
you should
it?
watch
just for...
it. You should watch it just because it's culturally relevant. But Redbox that shit. Don't waste a lot of money buying it or anything.
Mhm. Okay.
The guy who played Tupac did okay. I just think he was.
He looks just like him.
He
though.
does. Everyone else in the movie, it's kind of.
Did they get the same guy from the Biggie movie to play Biggie?
He did show up, but
Nice.
But the funny thing is, he did really good in that Biggie movie, and I thought he sucked in this one.
Okay.
So it just the entire crew behind the movie did not know the man, is what it was. Like
Okay.
most of the people that knew him are gone, or they just didn't get him involved. Although they did get the Outlaws to play the Outlaws,
Oh wow.
but yeah, it's just not a very good movie, and it's very rushed. I know a lot about the guy, and his story is
You're a
so
big
much,
fan.
Yeah, huge fan.
You know, it's like if they made a movie about, just off the top of my head, Zach Wilde
Yeah.
or Dimebag Darrell or fucking Matt Ryan.
Let's put it this way: it is not Straight Outta Compton. If you love Straight
Oh,
Outta
my
Compton,
God.
which is probably one of the best musical biopics I've seen,
Which without question.
it is not that.
You know, the second best, and I'm blowing.
Buddy Holly story.
No, I'm blowing because Gary Busey did a really good job, but I still don't
Gary
buy Gary Busey.
before the crazy.
Right? I don't buy Gary Busey's Buddy Holly.
Captain Gingivitis.
But, I will say that the second best
Last week's
biopic
top 10
of
list.
a music act was the Def Leppard story VH1 did about 15 years ago.
I saw half of that.
Oh my God! All the characters nailed it.
sad.
It was good. The problem was the end of it was factually inaccurate, but I leave it alone.
What I want to know is why hasn't there been like a Journey biopic made?
Oh my God!
You know what we got? We done
Because you would never get past Don't Stop Believing.
it's true.
On that note, with Mike
Let's
back,
back that up and sing it again.
right? With Mike back here, I will utter the most famous words in podcast history, and that's Eddie. Roll that beautiful bean footage. All right. So listen, before you get into top 10, one more time, I'm excited about it. I want you guys to get excited about it. I want you to download Crime in Sports. Listen to it. Jimmy Wisman is coming. One half of the true crime comedy team, one half of the brains behind Crime in Sports, and also Small Town Murder. I live for this shit. I watch Snapped and all that crazy bullshit. I read books about murder. I'm currently reading Conviction, which is about the Jodi Arias case. They're awesome. You're what? Dangerous Affairs? Murderous Affairs. I'll have to look that up. But Jimmy Wisman is coming. Get on the fucking horse. Listen to Crime in Sports. Learn all the vernacular because I'm going to throw everything out. I'm going to ask him for a yay. You guys don't know what that means yet? Listen to Crime in Sports. You'll know what I mean when I ask Jimmy Wisman for a yay.
All right.
Yay, indeed, my friends. But we are now over our Super Bowl hangover, most of us. Oh, my God. Bright light, bright light. So what do players do? What do people do after the Super Bowl? Well, these are my top 10 day after or week after the Super Bowl 52 activities. The first one's going to piss Eddie off. I don't care. Number 10, Tom Brady's maid works overtime, wringing out his crying towel.
I believe it.
Number 9, Alshon Jeffrey calls the management at the Chicago Bears and thanks them for letting him walk last year. Because that man lit the fuck up this past Sunday. Number 8, Nick Foles goes to Disneyland. Gronk goes to Stripperland. That's
Gronk's more fun when he's not sober.
I know, right?
Actually, Gronk went to Geico today to fucking go with home insurance.
Well, now that I'm armed with that information after I wrote the fucking list.
Yeah, Gronk went to the precinct.
Information I could have used yesterday. Understood.
Just found out today, man.
Understood.
There's no rehearsal of this
Number
show.
7, the Philadelphia Police Department record a record number of bail money posted after the turnover of cars in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Number 6, the people of Minneapolis and the surrounding areas stay classy as always. You
They're
didn't hear
classy.
word fucking one about Viking fan
I was going to say,
messing with
exactly.
anybody.
I didn't hear no horror stories about, oh, these guys didn't get this done. No, Minneapolis did exactly what they were supposed to do. They
And that's
opened their
stay
fucking doors.
classy.
Exactly.
Number 5, which is probably the biggest call-out holiday ever. Call-out Monday after the Super Bowl. 40% Pat fan, 60% Eagle fan.
Yeah, I would say.
And that's only because those particular Patriot fans, those 40% were the ones that talked the most shit
yeah.
and could not
And
bear
drank,
to go to work.
And drank the most.
Drank
and
into
drank
oblivion.
the most, right, exactly. The end of the night. Like, they were probably on the bridge fucking getting ready to jump.
Right? Number 4, this is the biggest community service ever that I invented, ever in the history of the city of Philadelphia. It's called Fireproof Philly because the parade is Thursday. You don't want anybody burning the town down while Nick Foles is traveling
call.
down the main drag with the trophy in his hand.
So you let them get it all out of their system now, and then you set it up for Thursday.
And you do the right thing and you celebrate like a fucking human being.
Yeah, well, they've already,
Fucking
all the
monkeys.
animals have already been taken care of.
Right? Pretty much. Number 3, Joe Cardona, who, if you don't know, is the New England place kicker holder,
Yes.
is fearing for his job right now, waiting for someone to call him into the office and say, Joe, can you come into the office and bring everything in your locker for blowing 2 of those fucking holds?
Ooh.
Was that not... The replays show how bad he did. The first one, I give to Eddie, and he said it. That was a bad snap. It was. It was really low to the ground.
It was.
The second one, all Cardona. All of it.
No, it was. It was laces in,
Yeah,
man.
laces in.
That was a bad. We always said, laces out! Laces out! Dude, you could clearly see the laces were definitely
Oh,
in.
yeah.
And it's funny. It's funny because you don't really think it makes a big difference.
But it does.
But it really does. It
Right?
does.
Number 2, Will Smith and Bradley Cooper will collaborate on a victory rap song that'll come out next month. If anybody doesn't know, Bradley Cooper from The Hangover and
was
about
there.
a billion other movies.
Yeah.
He was there. He's a big Eagles fan. Will Smith, we all know is from Philly, big Eagles fan. Chances are they're going to be in the studio tomorrow. They'll, Eagles, yeah, what? I'm not making fun of rap, but I kind of am.
You are.
Yeah.
Or
Number
Or
one.
are you making fun of Will Smith?
More Bradley Cooper than Will Smith because Will Smith is a fucking genius. And the number 1 of the top 10 after Super Bowl 52 activities, it's no joke. 15 days till MLB spring training and 12 days till the Daytona 500, guys.
Coyote, whatever.
Sports goes on. Life
does.
goes on.
You're fucking right.
If you were on the wrong side of this game, like Eddie was, unfortunately, like I was last year, life goes on. It's just sports. You can continue crying the blues about, buying this and cheating this and all that bullshit. At the end of the day, it's laundry.
Unless it's XFL, in which case we're going to take it a lot more seriously.
Oh, yeah, without question.
Buying weaponry, brass knuckles.
You know,
glass
when I say to people who give me shit and whatnot, I'm like, how many downs did you play this year? How many innings did you pitch? What home run did you hit? That's irrelevant.
I'm saying that.
This
Look,
is why you and I get along.
Right. You wore the laundry. That's all we ask of you. But when it comes to making decisions for the team, that's when you need to shut up.
You ain't shit. I ain't shit.
I would love to sit there and be like, look, you need to go for fucking...
in the Houston game against New York, Game 7, guy on third, 2 outs. I'm sorry, 1 out. Aaron Judge is up. They let him swing for the fences. I'm sitting in my easy chair. I think I was texting you, and I said, Judge should lay one down. He should bunt and get that runner home and tie the game. What'd they do? They let him swing for the fences. What happened? He struck the fuck out.
He's a rookie.
And you know what happened? When it was over, I know 2 Houston Astro fans. I immediately texted them. You know why? Because it's not fucking war. It's about time people stop having this laundry love, sweat equity bullshit.
No, I know.
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
See, that's the crazy part about, like I said. I mean, you think you know what's best for the thing, just like Belichick. Belichick didn't start fucking Butler.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to bring that up. Why wasn't their top corner in the fucking game?
Now, he said...
They gave up on him. That was the quote he gave to ESPN.
What Butler gave ESPN, that they gave up on him.
Yep.
Now, Belichick doesn't give up on just anybody.
No.
You have to do something.
Credit is due.
He fucking sent Moss packing. Moss, the freak, dude. This is a whole... By the way,
one of the most prolific
2018 fucking Hall of Fame induct. Well, he's not an inductee yet. He's been voted in, so we'll see what happens. But it's going to happen.
Unless he dies.
Exactly. Randy Moss will be in the 2018 fucking Hall of Fame. You deserve this, baby. Terrell Owens on that fucking...
you know what?
Deserve that.
A lot of people shitting on T.O. I say he should be in.
Why are you shitting on T.O.? No, I hear what you're saying, but...
I'll give you the reasons that I've read. Attitude problem, Lawrence
Randy.
Taylor.
Randy.
Not reliable.
Randy.
Anybody, Bo Jackson.
Randy.
Yeah, why shouldn't T.O. be in the Hall of Fame?
No, T.O. did exactly what you needed him to do.
The numbers don't lie,
Produce
guys.
touchdowns.
The numbers don't lie.
Right, exactly. And no matter what team he went to, let's be honest.
Produced.
They were playoff teams that year.
AP. Went to the Saints for a bit. Didn't have the greatest run. We went to the Cardinals after that. Had a really good run.
Yeah.
Still first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
You can go back in baseball to Ted Williams. I know Red Sox fans, you're all jerking off right now except for this guy whose hands are right where I can see them. As soon as somebody says Ted Williams to a Red Sox fans, their right hand is immediately in their drawers and they're jerking off.
Not me. I love Ted. Don't get me wrong.
Ted Williams had a fantastic career.
He was a piece of shit, though.
Yeah, he was a scumbag.
He was a piece of shit. Look, he was a great...
So was O.J. Simpson. But we didn't find out O.J. was a scumbag until after the Hall of Fame. What I'm saying about Ted Williams is everybody knew Ted Williams was a fucking... Excuse my language, Lady J. Ted Williams was a cunt.
Yeah.
But they still put him in the Hall of Fame. You know why? Because the numbers don't lie.
Exactly. He did what he was supposed to do as
question
a player.
from the Peanut Gallery. Pete Rose definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, but the problem is he
broke the
did
cardinal
violate. Rule. Right, he violated a major rule, and it's not just.
It's number one on every fucking clubhouse. I've actually taken a tour of the Yankee clubhouse at the old Yankee Stadium, and they have the list of rules.
Yes.
And you know what number one is? No gambling on baseball.
Exactly.
Number one on the list. Number one.
It's on every.
But the numbers don't lie. And in my mind, in your mind, probably in Eddie's mind, and 99% of the people that are going to listen to this, Pete Rose is a Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck if he ever gets a plaque. Is he ever going to be it?
It's not going to happen.
You know what? I will say this, and I believe in this. Not in his lifetime.
No, it's going to happen after he's dead.
Pete Rose is going to pass away, and
that's
a couple 5 years later,
that's unfortunate.
It is. He should have that moment.
Like you shouldn't do it, right?
To play devil's advocate.
Oh, Christ, here it comes.
No, Pete Rose kind of tarnished his own reputation by what he did. So
No.
By what he did or by denying it for so long?
What he did.
No, what he did, period.
Agreed.
What he did, period.
Denying
as a whole.
Ty Cobb is in the Hall of Fame and was unabashedly honest about what he did. However, you don't have Shoeless Joe Jackson in the Hall of Fame. He was a great fucking baseball player.
But I will say that that was the reason why they came up with that rule.
I'll agree.
Because that motherfucker made money. Dude, that motherfucker made money off the fucking sport of baseball.
Here's the shot. that I was left behind, and I'm going to dedicate this to Pete Rose. And Pete, if you're out there, if somebody knows Pete Rose, if you're 6 degrees of separation from Pete Rose, send him this podcast, and hopefully we can get him as a guest. Pete, this is for you. This is for me saying I hope and I pray and I believe that hopefully before you pass, you will be inducted into Cooperstown, into that beautiful building that I've been to, and I want to see your face on the wall. Here's to you, Pete. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Crown Royal Apple is the best. The numbers don't lie, Will. You're right on the comment machine. He's the hit king. He's a 4-time world champion. He's somebody that Charlie Hustle. When you hear the word hustle, immediately my mind goes to Pete Rose, not John Cena. It goes to Pete Rose. He was the man that made the head first slide popular.
Yep.
He was the man that, the strike zone where you see, and if you've ever played a baseball video game or you watch a baseball broadcast now in the last 10 years, they have that square and they have the 9 squares like the Brady Bunch, and they show the hot and cold zones. You do that for Pete Rose, there is no cold zone.
No.
Pete Rose could hit something in the dirt. The pitch could land 6 inches in front of the plate, bounce up, Pete Rose would hit it. He was that.
No,
fucking
he was.
good.
He was. And that's a shit. And that's why I do kind of got to agree with Ed on this point, is he did know how immaculate his career was, and he was willing to sacrifice that.
He still blew it.
So that being said, I'm sorry, dude, but you don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry,
if
you
give him
knew.
a pass,
you knew.
If
you
you
knew.
give him a pass,
you knew.
which I don't object to,
I'm waiting for this.
You got to give it to everybody else.
Here's my point.
Exactly.
I'm going to piggyback your point. If you give Pete Rose a pass, you have to give Clemens, Bonds,
Jose
McGuire.
Canseco.
I was getting to that.
Oh, yeah.
Clemens, Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, Canseco, Palmeiro.
The list goes on and on.
You have to
It goes
give
on and on.
Schilling. Schilling will never get in the Hall of Fame.
And then you take away from people like Carl Ripken Jr.
Cal Ripken Jr. was the. Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying, dude?
give it-
you take away from people that work that. You take away from fucking Yaz. You take away from
Ricky Henderson,
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Julio Franco,
Daryl Strawberry.
Daryl
Them,
Strawberry,
instead of put them in Hall of Fame, give them some kind of honorary award. Be
Jim Rice.
Honorary Hall of Fame or something.
Right.
You don't go to college, but they give you the degree
Right,
anyway.
exactly.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for participating.
Exactly. Just to give some because if you're young,
We're not
unless
saying
you're
you don't deserve
diehard
recognition.
into
I mean,
baseball, the history books.
I'll say this. You know who should?
no,
go
you're
on?
right. They'll forget about you.
Exactly.
You know who
They
should
will.
end up in the
Like,
Hall
I
of
It's
Fame?
people like us right now
Yeah,
that
I
are keeping
kinda-
Pete Rose
honestly,
alive.
I didn't think
Right.
about
He
Pete
ought to be
Rose.
thanking us.
You know who should go in the Hall of Fame first ballot? And I dare say he won't because he's going to fall into that Edgar Martinez role. And if he doesn't go in first ballot, I'll understand it, but I won't like it. And here's where I'm going to dip to the Red Sox side. If David Ortiz is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's something wrong with the system.
Well,
Absolutely.
That's where the politics
The
is.
greatest, for years, Edgar Martinez was the greatest DH in history. And here comes Poppy.
Yes.
And they run side by side. You might have to check your Google machine. I'll check it later. I'll do something on the Logan Jabroni Show page. I don't think Edgar Martinez has made the Hall of Fame yet. And
I don't think he
I
did.
dare say
That name does. Hold on. That name does not sound familiar, but yes.
Edgar Martinez for Seattle
No, I'm saying for
Hall of Fame. Okay,
For Hall of Fame. I'm saying.
Carl Yastrzemski's in the Hall of Fame. I love Yaz. I'm not a Red Sox fan, but I am a huge Yaz fan. I went to a Red Sox game the year that I got thrown out for
Seattle Mariners Hall of Fame.
Well, that's different. That's not the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York.
Roberto Clemente Award, Silver Slugger Award. No, he hasn't got a Hall of Fame.
Okay.
No,
He should be in.
Yeah, I'm right there.
7-time
I'm right
All-Star.
1972, the year I was born, they institute the designated hitter.
there.
There are many. Go ahead.
Edgar, not Hernandez, but Edgar.
Edgar Renteria?
No,
That guy
I'm sorry.
can kiss
I'm
a
sorry.
dick.
Edgar Hernandez, the soccer player,
Okay. Is in the Hall of Fame?
is in the Hall of Fame.
Soccer Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
which probably has like 8 inductees. Here in America, in Europe, it's probably a building the size of the Sears Tower. But I digress. Going back, late in his career, Carl Yastrzemski was a DH. Why? Because he was 43 years old and still hitting bombs over that wall. A left-handed hitter who could go opposite and go over the wall. He was amazing. Edgar Martinez, fantastic.
Yes.
Two other players, actually three. Two from the Yankees, one from the Red Sox that I think should be in the Hall of Fame that are not. The two from the Yankees, Tino Martinez, just an amazing player, and Paul O'Neill. From the Red Sox, and I'm going to throw this out there because I don't see the Red Sox having the success they did in the 2000s without him, is Nomar Garciaparra.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I mean, come on, Poppy just recently, I mean, no, I agree.
But you don't have that success to lead up to that World Series, and they traded him halfway through that season to Chicago. Nomar Garciaparra helped build that team.
Right. Right.
And I know there's a Red Sox Wall of Fame on the wall, and you see all the numbers, and they're outside the stadium and all that gimmickry. But if Nomar Garciaparra doesn't make the Hall of Fame, that's an injustice.
No, I agree. No, you're absolutely right on that. See, Nomar, the thing is, like, a lot of people don't realize, like, Nomar wasn't, like, an incredible player, but what he did was he got the numbers in his favor enough, but the fact of what he brought to the team was huge. It's kind of the same with
Nomar and Jeter ran side by side.
Right, exactly. It's just like Jason Varitek.
Yes.
Cap. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Like, on any given day, you didn't know what was ever going to happen out of that. You know what I'm saying? It could be out of nowhere. This guy just fucking has the game of his fucking career, you know?
Nomar was the first in my memory, and I'm really drawing back on this.
Let me
the
break
first
your
power hitting shortstop.
I'm about to break. Yeah, I got you. We're getting ready to wrap this up. Let me break some Red Sox heart. Petey, Hall of Famer.
Pedroia?
Yeah.
Currently, right now, yes.
Really?
Yes.
I was gonna say I'm gonna break some hearts. No.
Absolutely. In my opinion,
right now, no. Not the way he's been playing the last 3 years.
The last
three overall, I buy.
How do you take a guy who's 3'5",
and
who's a bat is
average,
bigger than him, and he drives home runs like he does, and he plays second base like a demon? You could go back and look at how many second basemen have been elected to the Hall of Fame. He should be one of them. He should be one of them.
I want to add something real quick on the Pete Rose thing before we wrap up.
Sure.
Because I just did some quick reading here. It's kind of like a devil's advocate for the MLB here.
You definitely need to bring that fucking graphic back.
No, I know, dude. We called this shit out three fucking times.
You have failed this city.
I'll work on something new. All right. Next season's coming up. We'll have some new shit. But,
all right.
One of the biggest things.
Hey, Mark, you're not watching the show. I'm just saying. Like,
No,
you're killing me right now. I'm just calling you out right now.
I'm
calling him out right now.
Eddie's trying to make a point. We got to wrap.
Sorry.
One of the biggest reasons why Pete Rose is not being brought back in is because every time they consider it, he's still betting on fucking baseball games.
But he's a free man. He's in the general public.
It's legal, but it shows a lack of mature understanding of his wrongful conduct.
He wrote an entire fucking book about how wrong he was. How much more do you want?
And creates an unacceptable risk. I kind of agree with him.
O.J. Simpson killed a motherfucker and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Not guilty.
Doesn't mean innocent.
Yeah, but he's not guilty.
Yada, yada, yada.
I'm just saying, if he's guilty, yeah, they'll take him out of the Hall of Fame.
Sure, well, Chris Benoit.
Chris
Ben fucking Watt.
They could probably take him out for the armed robbery charges.
Chris Benoit. I've been waiting for
dude.
This.
I changed my mind.
I was going to say, what are you, dumb? Like, oh my God. This is worse than the fucking Portuguese thing, man. You guys fucking crucified me for that shit.
Chris Benoit.
Portuguese Benoit.
Oh, say it again.
Portuguese Benoit.
That might be a t-shirt. Portuguese Benoit.
We're going to get sued. All right.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
We're going to wrap this up. I got to get out of here.
All right. Thank you so very much.
Wow.
Let Mike lead us out. He always does the best job.
All right, guys. Hey, each and every week, want to thank you guys. Look, we only have one more week here in Oakdale. If you guys want to be a part of this shit live and be like Lady J and screaming out that shit from over there in what we like to call our
Valhalla Entertainment Complex, Jerry Springer section.
That is the Jerry Springer section right over there. Come on down. All you got to do is bring a tasty beverage for one of us to enjoy. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a 12-pack of a beer of whatever we want.
Yeah. A bottle of whiskey.
A bottle of whiskey or effin'.
Effin' vodka.
He likes effin'. So if you want to take care of Eddie,
IPA.
bring in the effin' vodka.
No IPAs.
Cherry Coke.
IPA will get you kicked out of
Whatever.
the studio.
No, it
IPA,
won't.
get your front
Bullshit.
row
No,
fucking
dude, you'll
seats
be right
right
there.
there.
Jerry Springer.
IPA.
Shut the, don't listen
Shut
to
up.
him.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Wait. Did you just say you're gay?
Shut up. Get the fuck out of my house, Mike.
I know I'm deaf in one ear, but
I'm leaving in like a week anyways. You can have it.
did you just say you're... I couldn't hear. Did you say I'm gay?
I said, no, fuck you, no IPA.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
that's
Sorry.
awesome.
I
You bring IPA, I'm going to tell you get the fuck out of the
Anyways,
house.
guys, you got one more week. I'm giving the announcement right now. You want to be a part of the Jerry Springer fucking section. Come on down. Come join us. It'll be a fucking classic. We are going to end the Oakdale fucking studio with You Know What's Fucked Up.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
bring
right.
it out
I'm
early.
calling it right now. We're bringing it out early.
Nice.
We're
So
ending,
that's on you to get a Ted Nugent
we're
award.
ending the whole fucking Valhalla
We'll-
Oakdale
we'll
Studios
find
with
Ted
You Know
Nugent.
What's Fucked Up. It's going to happen.
That's
because
beautiful.
You Know What's Fucked Up. We're leaving the Oakdale fucking studio. That's what's fucked up. But we're moving on to bigger, brighter, and happier things. Guys, thank you all very much.
Someday we'll have a home that loves us.
No, we will. We
You're
will.
about to go to one. We love
Guys,
it.
don't forget, love us, share us, put that shit out there. Put that shit out on Patreon. Give us that happy donation.
www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. That's
If
where
you
you
don't
get the
want to
donations.
give us that donation, at
a shirt.
least go to our fucking website and buy off of our affiliates.
Or-
a small donation of that will come right here. It does not cost you a dime more, not a cent more, and that proceed comes right to this show. We thank you very much for using that.
Or you could go to www.cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni. Look through the fantastic t-shirt and sweatshirt selection that we have. There's also a bumper sticker and coffee mug there. If you want to have your morning Joe with Loki and Jabroni, there it is. You want to put it on the back of your car and parade it around town, there it is. You want to buy a shirt and cover your ample bosom or your big fat beer belly, like in my case, do it. I'm ordering next week. I want one of those fantastic shirts. I picked the color. I really want to have one of those shirts.
Amy just ordered a bumper sticker.
Nice. Thank you, Amy.
We're all over it. We're all over it,
Said
guys.
the shipping costs more than the sticker.
Of course.
Then she should have bought a shirt and made it worth the while.
Of course.
I
It
don't know.
always
I'm
works
buying
that way.
both.
It always works that way. All right, guys. Thank you all very much. Don't forget, biggest thing in the world right now is leave us those reviews on iTunes, man. We couldn't ask for anything more. YouTube's, if you guys are on there, please just leave the reviews on YouTube, leave the comments on YouTube.
Thumbs up the videos.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Subscribe to the
just,
channels.
I mean, even if you ain't doing shit, man, just boom, boom, boom. Just give us that little favor right now. That's the biggest thing that can help us. We're just trying to get this thing bigger, brighter. We appreciate that you guys are out there. Hey, chime in. Give us some ideas for fucking stories. We'll put it out there. We
Mike
really
Martin
will.
did.
Yeah, absolutely. We fucking hit that shit
Submit
today.
a news story. We'll
Janelle
talk about
has.
it.
Yep. We're going to be hitting up the sex episode again. Sex Revisited. For those of you who have been asking, it is going to be happening in the new Valhalla studio, not in this Valhalla
The Valhalla
studio.
Underground.
This, unfortunately, next week will be the last episode. It's You Know It's Fucked Up. Make sure you guys come in here and watch it live.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Good night, everybody.